Am I live? Let's see. Continuously refresh the page. Oh, there I am. Let's hear my wonderful voice. Same intro I always fucking do. Continuously refresh the page. Okay, shut the fuck up. There you go. Wonderful. So finally, after what, 3 weeks, I'm back. I am back to live streaming, right? Everybody, cocksuckers, right? Queefers. What other random words can I say that sound relatively offensive or just unnecessarily harassment inducing? Blue Mars, oh, my number one fan. Always here, pulling up immediately, giving me dry responses, which honestly gives me mixed signals. But you're always here. But true Viggy Fammer, genuinely true Viggy Fammer. But no, yeah, draw along, everybody draw along, right? Finally, I want to just finish this imagination piece, right? I hope Sword Chroma pulls up. I don't know if he will, but he basically asked a bunch of questions on the Discord, which I will address regarding visualization. But if he pulls up, I can actually directly address him and have that community feel. Emphasis on the unity and then the come. But I also where have you been? Just life. Let's see, where have I been? I've just been doing my schedule, and then because I usually try to stream on Fridays, but then on Fridays I've just been going out after okay, because I do my work, it's coding, then drawing and piano practice, and Fridays I have my piano lesson, right? And then I go to that, and then usually after that, for the past few weeks, it's just been going to my friend's house and my girlfriend's house and chilling with them, right? So that's the only thing. That's the only thing. I too am a human with a life outside of just rambling at the camera about spatial reasoning and and fucking effort all the time. I do things, but yeah, I want to add something here. And already, like, dude, drawing from imagination is such a different skill because yeah, I can practice forms all I want, but then when I want to add some sort of eh, like graphic representation of I don't know, grass or weeds or some shit, it's so hard. Like that looks like ass, right? And I haven't drawn today. I just came back. I literally just came back from my girlfriend's place. But that literally looks just like a 2D representation. I don't think that looks three-dimensional at all. TBH Hamo. But whatever. I drew something there. Fuck, it's so bad. I mean, I say that, but I don't really give a shit. I'm just I mean, at the end of the day, I literally haven't even learned how to draw anything nature related or organic related. So that's a pat on my back. I can give myself a pat on the back for being like, you tried. You failed, but you tried. Right. And I do have this really, I don't know if this is a good habit. I don't even think it's a habit to place any sort of good or bad on. But clearly, right now, whenever there is a ground, I'm just like, okay, fill it with grass. But a lot of times, people simply just imply texture on the ground, right? So that's something I need to work on as well. It's like, okay, you don't need to fill everything in. Like, it doesn't have to be something that's constant. I say that, and while I say that, I'm constantly filling shit in. But and also, I don't have a understanding or visual library or any textural um representation in my mind in terms of like, okay, what other thing on the ground apart from grass can I fill up, right? Like perhaps bricks, brick by brick, get it bricked up, right? No idea, no idea. But yes, I've been good. Blue Mars, how about you? How have you been? Right? Already went to rambling about drawing. Um, Regarding this drawing, I always think I have more space than I do when I think about the drawing itself. But then now when I look at it, I'm like, okay, well, I wanted to add something here. But the main thing is, and my mind is already struggling a lot now. It's like the main thing is I want to add something that signifies scale. Oh shit, I left my coffee on my desk. I'll be right back. I mean, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just walking. The mic is attached to my person, right? We all have personhood, some more than others, me more than you. But anyways, yeah, so I'm just trying to make a decision right now in terms of what do I want to draw? Like, what do we actually want to fill the scene with? Right? My hands are my fingers, especially, you can see, like, I don't know if you can see, but my fucking fingers are shaking. They're like, it's just, there's zero. Yeah, you see, I can't even connect that line because of how unstable my fingers are right now. Right? And that's fine. That happens. Right? That just looks like ass, but that's just life. Right? Mostly a bunch of butt cheeks walking around, but okay, so what do I want to draw here? I want to draw something that signifies scale. I want to create depth in this entire scene, right? Because right now everything is basically in the foreground. And one of the things when it comes to scene drawing or composition or design, not that I understand any of this, but one thing that's constantly stated is like you need things to scale. And my scale is really bad. Like I put this item in the foreground here, this gun machine thingy, whatever the fuck it is, right? And I did not let's see, like, let's actually, there you go. Let's actually, I did not think I didn't make this larger, even though it's in the foreground, right? I actually didn't give this any sense of like, oh, this is something that's large. It kind of looks pretty flat, right? Yeah, it's three-dimensional, but in terms of like actual placement, personally, it looks pretty flat in my opinion, right? I'm just also trying to like logic the other shoe because I put the other shoe at an angle, right? So I'm just trying to think about like how I'm gonna fill it out, right? And I'll just essentially rotating this in my mind. And I may have already done this incorrectly, but that's okay, right? But let's see. Let us keep trying. And then I did like let's see, there's like some random little curve around here that I added to it, right? Maybe that's fine. Maybe, oh, I can also add this. This is this three-dimensional sort of wraparound that I did. So that in of itself already makes it hopefully seem as if, oh yeah, there's continuity. This is this shoe, that's that shoe. Not that they actually look like shoes in any fucking way possible, but just trying to add some semblance, man, some semblance of reason, rationale, right? And let me also do this. There you go. So it's kind of like, okay, yeah, I think that does relatively showcase that they're the same thing. But yeah, main thing is I want to figure out what gonna put in the background. I obviously want to draw something mechanical. I want to give something scale, right? And I want to, okay, so I want to imply scale. I want to see that, okay, this guy's really in the front, and there's perhaps something that's larger in the back, right? But more than anything, I like, well, my initial idea was to draw a guy riding a mech and pointing another gun at him. Because again, the composition is like everything is going to be leading towards this guy, right? The focal point. Do I really understand focal point? Absolutely fucking not. I haven't learned anything about anything clearly. But I'm trying to think, yum 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 yum, in terms of just something being created. So and obviously like my horizon line is somewhere here, right? Like this is all converging towards some horizon line that's here. So I'm just trying to think out loud. Um, I mean, I could have a sense of scale if I literally drew whatever mech I want to draw here. And yeah, maybe I could draw the mech. It's like a giant mech. Maybe I could put it here, right? And but that would be the ground. That would be the ground that I end up establishing. Let me try that. Okay, because so what I'm thinking about right now is like, okay, this is the ground. This is literally like it goes back. That's the ground right here, which is the horizon line. Right, horizon line is the fucking ground in this case. Um, or like the edge of the ground, if that makes sense. Trublados, hello, hi, how are you? Oh geez, Blue Mars and Trublados, the only people who make me feel like I'm worth something. I don't know, I was trying to say something more deep, but oh fuck, I forgot about the 6-7. That's so stupid. But anyways, yeah, how's it going? How's it going? Let's draw. Okay, so I want what do I want to do? Because the thing is like and again, like you can see, drawing is thinking in the sense that I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck I want to do with this piece. Like I have no idea, right? So please do draw along. There's no entertainment value in anything that I do, clearly, but right, there will be once Browser sponsors me, because everybody will be enamored by the giant cocks I draw on the page, right? And they will be life size, roughly about this big. There you go. That's actually above average. We're measuring in microns as well. So this is like 800 microns, I believe. To the moon, as they say. Viggy Original, just bastardizing the drawing. I'm currently in a weird place in my art where my technical skill is advancing past my stylization. So I've just been doing studies lately instead of personal work. Yeah, it makes sense because stylization, from my understanding, right, is decision making, and technical skill is the foundation in which your decision making is based off of, right? So you might be finding that your stylization that you used to have was based on worse technical ability, and now your new technical ability requires or is going to result in different decision making, which is not reflective of the stylization that you're used to yourself producing, right? So it makes sense that you're doing more studies because you're probably just trying to figure out how you're making decisions as you're getting more technical as well. At least that's the way I believe what's happening. I mean, I don't know your fucking mind, but it makes sense. It is a weird place when your abilities start changing in a direction you don't expect. It becomes unpredictable. Right now, I'm not consciously making specific stylized decisions actively. I'm aware that like right now, like yes, I'm trying to imply a beard. I'm trying to imply specific shapes. You know, my mechanical shapes are always so complete, and I don't leave anything to the imagination. Clearly, right? But there will be a point where I'll be intentionally doing that. So yeah, stylization's interesting. It's because it's always based on the foundation, right? At least that's the way I see it. You know, you can see it differently, and it's wrong because you're blind. But that's just the way I see it. Right? I don't fucking know. Anyways, okay, dude, I really want to like figure out what the fuck I want to put here. See, this is what technically you could call this art block, right? In the sense that I don't know what to draw. It's been fucking 10 minutes, and I've just been rubbing my goddamn finger on the page, right? Feeling that shit up, which just smell pretty good. But my finger, not the page. But what the fuck am I gonna draw here? I have no idea. I want to establish scale, but and I'm not really expecting anything either. So it's not as if like I'll be okay with whatever I draw. I just want to, I can't think of anything. I can't visualize anything, right? I did have an idea, but now I actually want to make it a bit like I want to think about the composition. So I'm just fucking rubbing my goddamn finger across the page and be like, this is my horizon line. This is my ground. I want to put something there. But what is the real question? But what? Right? Drone, did my messages appear? Maybe not, Troubledos. I only saw hi, and that was about it. I don't know what else you said, bro. My bad. A drone. Okay, fuck it. We'll just draw a drone. Oh, okay. So that's actually a perfect way to establish scale. Thank you. So I could draw a bigger drone and then like smaller ones, right? And that should establish scale. So let's see. Oh, okay, that's perfect. Thank you. Thank you. That's actually an amazing idea. That's a fucking amazing idea. Okay. Because that way, like, I could even put tiny drones everywhere, and it'll be like, okay, we've established scale. Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect. Thank you. That's actually amazing. Now it's just about designing the drone, and then this is a great practice in spatial reasoning in terms of like I have to rotate the exact same design of the drone as well. So let's see how big do I want the first drone to be? Okay, so if I hate this so much. You say ugly words, and I can't tell my story. Oh, like is it censoring your swearing? Like, are you swearing or some shit? And it's censoring that? It's fucking retarded. That is that is YouTube after all. That's everything. Let's see. Reactions, community moderation, pop out chat, community moderation. Okay, that just opens a new tab. Moderation none. I have it on moderation none. I said DIH. Dih? You said dih? Is that dick? I don't know what that means. Right? Dih. Hey, Pavlo 8282. How's it going? New subscriber. I don't, at least new subscriber to me in the sense that I don't recognize that name. How's it going? How do you like the channel? How do you like me? You better fucking say everything positive. I swear I'm banning you. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, is it because I drew the dick? That's pretty cute. Okay, so let's figure out scale. Let's actually like I'm gonna problem solve and hopefully me thinking out loud is gonna help you guys. How long will today's stream be? It's gonna be a nice stream, at least 2 hours, because I wanna stream for that long and I wanna give back to the fans. I wanna give back to the fans. But yeah, hello, Pablo Pa, right? New fan, old fan, recent fan, just stop by because you're like, who the fuck is this guy? Bars, right? So, okay, so a drone we can have. I want it to be because right now space is an issue, right? And this is my perspective, but obviously a drone can obviously fucking completely ignore that perspective, right? So let's start with something like this. And I'm gonna okay. The big thing is I'm gonna visualize a box because I can visualize a box. Then that way it'll be irrespective of the perspective. What the fuck? Didn't even mean to make that sound so fluid. But what I'm thinking about right now, this is something I want to establish for myself. Is like, okay, if there's a drone, let's just put the drone. Let's just put a general box here to be like, what is that box looking like, right? How is it occupied within the space, right? How is it relating to the horizon line? You know, and on top of that, how do I want it to angle, right? I think something like this isn't bad because again, we're trying to the fucking like the focal point. People keep saying leading the eye, like these are vague terms people use, right? So it's like okay, maybe something going if this is going this way, then if I have a drone that's angling or just its general body language or gesture or line of action or whatever the fuck any of that is, just generally it's going towards this direction, then it's like okay, there's space. Randomly stumbled upon, really motivating to watch you. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. Like stumbled upon the videos or the how'd you like my thumbnails? That's a real fucking question, right? what is it? Dude, I love my recent one where it's like I will never burn out. The joys in the practice, right? It's all about the effort. Why am I going blind, or why is my vision fading? That shit killed me. My favorite ones are the ones I come up with on the spot. I'm just dying to myself. I show them to my girlfriend. She just rolls her eyes like, "This is garbage." Like, fuck you, you're garbage, bro. But they make me feel good. Let's see. So I want to. Okay, so we'll have a big drone here. I think that's the first step. Is like we'll have a big drone to establish the scale, and maybe we'll just have three, right? We'll have one here that's like pretty big, maybe something like that, and then we'll have another one that's like looking elsewhere, right? Oh, yeah, okay, no, maybe we'll have one here looking here. We'll have another one that's looking down here, and then maybe there's another guy right here who's also, or like another person stuck here. Autistic freedom is within me. Yeah, I love that one. That is so good. Those, oh man, the thumbnails are the only reason I even make this fucking channel. Drawing is for pussies. It's all about the creative writing for fucking it's like 3 lines of text. But okay, that's a good idea. So thank you, Blue Mars, for the inspiration because I'm starting to think now, right? So drone here at this fucker, another drone here further away at this fucker. Oh yes, that's perfect. So just two drones. Shawarma attack from the east. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My girlfriend's like, don't put that. The political climate, right? Like people are gonna get offended. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. If you're on my channel, like, bro, you better, like, you should just expect me to say stupid shit, offensive or not. Just find it funny. I think the world has better things to do than target someone with 1.12 subscribers, right? 1.12K. Actually, don't forget, I'm on the 1,000 now subscribers, right? Let's see. Okay, so let's start with a drone. Now I gotta think like what is a drone design? And I gotta make this relatively the scale. Now the scale matters because this has to be big, this has to be established, but we have to give space to this as well, right? And let's see. We have to give space to this as well. And I have to think about this literally as a 3D space, right? I have to literally move back, think about this as a 3D space. So even if something is shooting here, there's other things happening here. I need this space to be free for whatever what's it called? Whatever like the other thing I'm gonna draw here that's similar to this, right? I guess we're creating some sort of story. But trouble it also, I'll answer or I'll read your comment in a bit. But I do want to focus on at least getting some sort of idea down. Right now, the ideation when it comes to the drone that I want to draw, it's less about because I know I can draw some mechanical looking drone. That's fine. Like it'll look like shit, it'll look good, doesn't matter. I just wanted the biggest thing right now is orientation in space. This really fucked a lot of things because this thing's orientation is just kind of meh, right? Like it's just not foreshortened. So scale in of itself is pretty fucked. Maybe this drone that I'm about to draw has to be a decent amount smaller, right? And maybe to make things consistent, yeah, maybe to make things consistent, we can establish that this whatever shooting cylinder size here is the same as what the drone is going to be. So when I move it back, it's going to move back further in space, right? And then let me move this back here a little bit, right? And let's see. Okay, let's just put down a fucking goddamn line for Jesus Christ. But let's just put down a fucking line. But I'm having a really fucking hard time visualizing anything right now. But generally, the space I've created needs to make some semblance of sense. Like I don't understand space that well, which is why the next thing I'm gonna do after this is probably just bring things back to like super basic, just spacing things out, yapping God. Exactly, exactly. But you have to know that while I'm talking, I'm thinking, which is extremely difficult, right? I'm trying to explain my thought process. You piece of shit! It's all in the process. You don't think this is useful? Die. Like, subscribe, and then die. In Minecraft as well, maybe GTA 5 or 6 when it comes out. I would never tell you to commit suicide unless it's on Roblox as well. But let's see. You see this right here, just the thinking. I just rub my hands on the fuck me. Oh god, I'm creating an indent with my nails. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Okay. So this is the space. We'll go further back. Okay, and we'll start with something like this. We'll just do something like this. We'll just need to commit to a drawing. Good job. Good fucking commentary. Commit to a drawing, genius. Fucking dipshit. Anyways, let's see. And right now, I'm not really thinking too much in terms of like, oh, a specific design has to look like this, has to look like that. No, I'm just trying to generally think about pee pee poo poo. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to think about, right? And let's see, I'm trying to think about like a connection that could come out here, right? Because drones obviously need some sort of connection. Let's see. And this might not even look like a fucking drone, TBH Famalam, right? But let's see, it has to shoot this way. So, okay, that doesn't look too bad. But you'll see, like, I always make these damn mistakes. And it's okay, mistakes are good, mistakes are good. Just have to keep fucking uh parroting that to ourselves, right? Oh no, totally, totally good mistakes. But let's just understand what's going on with my stream. What's going on with my stream? Bruh. Oh god, did my stream randomly crash? What is this? Admire commitment to avoiding references. Is it back? Am I back? Oh, it just randomly crashed. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay. So yesterday I was playing a graffiti game on Roblox, drawing random stuff. I joined and made some detailed drawings, like character suspicious drawings. Interesting. Your life story motivates me to not be like you. But let's see. Yapping God, yes. These broken angles, you should repeat them until you understand how to make them more correctly. Exactly. I mean, it's all trial and error. I completely agree, right? I admire your commitment to avoiding references was kind of laggy. Yeah, okay. I don't know what my internet just shut the bed for a sec. But okay, I don't know what my internet is. Okay, it's okay now. Audio's kind of shit. Whatever, bro. This is until I have money to actually improve anything about my let's see, my setup is just gonna be garbage. But thank you for admiring my commitment to avoiding references. I mean, I'm just trying to figure things out. And I'm like again, now the big thing is like design, right? Like I want to avoid making the same looking shit. But I do that. Like I have a really bad habit with the cylinders or whatever I do. But right now we need to think about a connection. And perhaps the connection we'll turn this into a semi-cylinder and then we'll attach it here, right? While and then this will be something thin, right? And this will come out as well, and then we'll bring both of these down. So this will follow the form. It'll follow the form of the cylinder, bring this down here. Does this really look that good? No, I think it looks like absolute fucking ass, but and again, like it's just kind of like what if, what if, what if, right? Because I don't know what this is gonna actually be, but and maybe we'll even do something like this. Little four-leaf clover, right? Very cute. I thought it was my internet relieved that it's a you problem. It's always a me problem. It's always a fucking. I'm the goddamn problem, bro. Eh. Oh god, my lines are dying. Oh, there you go. So Chromo, in all fairness though, didn't you say a few points you look at a lot of mechanical stuff like architecture and machinery and stuff outside of your drawing sessions? Yes, I'm always like it's all based on your interest, right? So the better I'm getting at this is my logic and it's pretty much held true. By the way, so Chromo, I'll finally address what you wanted to say. I'm actually glad you pulled up because I actually wanted to address you particular and I will obviously respond to your comment as well, just for anybody else who will be interested about what I have to say in the future, right? Oh god, that looks fucking horrible. Fucking what the fuck? But yeah, like I've noticed, and this is something that's been holding true consistently for a while now. The better my understanding and my ability to draw complex forms from imagination, the better my ability to analyze complex forms from real life. It kind of sounds like a dodoy, but it's something that I feel that is kind of not talked about or just missed in general when it comes to, I guess, drawing from imagination, learning spatial reasoning, learning forms, right? Learning all that shit is the fact that your ability to and from my experience, and like I think it's holding true because again, I don't know how to draw any of this shit. None of this really makes sense. But simply my ability to infer, inform, or apply complexity uh, from imagination. Like the more I can ideate and just think about how I can make this more complex, and then the more I cross-reference that with real life complex things, and it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy because I try to draw something complex, I can't really figure it out too well, and then I look at real life either on Pinterest references, machines I see in real life, just things in general. Like try to even get a glimpse of understanding of the shapes. Not and really, I'll only retain 1% of it, but just to get the general idea will then become my ability to draw from imagination again clearer, right? In terms of what's it called, like the complex forms and the designs I'm able to ideate. This just looks like a giant dick. I don't know what the fuck I'm drawing, bro. The fucking drone my ass, right? But also, so Chromebook. Okay, so to answer your question regarding the whole visualization, what the fuck, bro? My lisp randomly came out. But to answer your question regarding visualization, the biggest thing I can tell you is I think right now you're putting. Oh, thank you, man. I left another comment on your last video. No, I saw that. I just couldn't reply because I was driving. and a follow-up fucking essay on the Discord. Having actual pipeline to someone actively working on this is really useful. You to go. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, and like, you guys know I always say the same shit over and over, but I'm always trying to figure out a way to say it in a better way, if that makes sense. Like, I want to be as clear as possible. Oh, fuck, see, like this could have been a tangent. Maybe like this is not leading the eye anymore. This is things I'm realizing now. It's like, oh, there's too little space here, right? That's resulting and possibly, right, not good composition or flow or gesture or leading the eye, all that shit, right? But like, I'm always trying to figure out the best way to explain things because again, if I'm gonna quote unquote demystify the fucking dude, like this is actually fucked. But we'll just have to make a tangent. We'll just have to make a tangent, right? And we'll just have to accept that I made a tangent. And a tangent, from what I know from the artist that I spoke to, is basically just lines that like awkwardly interact with each other and connect in ways that just looks not that pleasing to the eye, right? And that looks fucking stupid, right? Like, what is that? I made that mistake. I wasn't thinking properly, right? Jesus Christ, just fucking. But it's okay, like, right? The thing is, my best and worst drawings always happen when I try. So if I'm gonna create good and shit when I'm trying, I might as well just keep trying, right? But yeah, I think the biggest thing right now is like you are comparing your effort and your abilities to my effort and my abilities. I could be wrong, I could be right. This is just based on the words you're saying. So I'm gonna say my thing. Let me make my assumptions, say what I have to say, and then I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything as well, right? But the main thing is the fact that you've mentioned things like, oh, um, like when you're trying, you're wondering, am I really trying that hard? Because Vicky is trying like this, and it's like I'm glad. It's nice to be a reference point and be like, oh, this guy's trying really hard, therefore I can try really hard. That's if that's the mindset, I would love, and that's nice to hear that. Oh, okay, like it's if it is the fact that you are thinking I could try harder, therefore this random dickhead is also trying harder, great. But please do not allow yourself to interpret that as I'm not enough, or like you said, like, oh, I feel like a coward. I feel like this. I know this is very common because you might be a beginner. I don't know what your skill level is, but beginners in general usually will talk down to themselves, and I think that's also a disservice because talking down to yourself is basically you not allowing yourself the ability to try and say, hey, trying is all that matters. Like, all I ever fucking say is trying is all that matters, right? And I do apologize if I'm kind of back and forth on what I'm saying because I'm trying to fucking I know, right? Don't avoid the question. Right? Dude, fuck you, bro. I'm trying to pay attention too. I'm trying to figure out this fucking spatial reasoning. Do you not see that I'm fucking it up, right? But hey, yo, let me get to the point, bro. I'm trying to figure this shit out. So your goal is to learn and practice forms to better draw mechanical stuff, or your goal is grander in terms of some kind of sense. No, currently it's just to get better. It's so fucking vague. My goal is expert level draftsmanship. Currently, I am enamored and I am interested in wait, how does this fucking work? Mechanical design, because mechanical design and mechanical anything is very difficult, right? It is. Fuck, that's not the right perspective. That is like, it is basically like people who like, if you can draw mechanical shit well, you clearly understand perspective decently, right? So I just love the whole mech drawing um sort of skill set, which means you have to be a really good draftsman. You really have to understand space really well. You have to be able to design, and mech design in general leads a lot of ways, like helps you understand design and spacing things a lot better, right? Dude, this tangent really is unfortunate, really unfortunate, but it's what it is. God damn it, I need to answer Sokomo's question first. Guys, stop distracting me, please, please. I'm trying to be a good YouTuber, right? I don't have enough money to be the Jew part, so I have to be the tubing at least, right? But let's see. Yeah, so Chromo, basically, if you are when you are drawing, you're thinking I can try harder because Biggie tries hard and that's inspirational, great. But if you're thinking I can try hard or I'm not trying hard enough because Biggie's trying so hard, therefore I'm like my effort is not good enough, it's all about mindset. Like the thing I always talk about is like it's all about mindset, right? So I would really, really, really encourage you to change your mindset and reframe it as just effort. Like the only reason I ever talk about effort, like it's the only thing I say is because that's the number one constant in my learning journey. That's been a constant. That's always worked. Is okay, I want to get better. Let me put more effort. What is more effort? Hundreds more hours, thousands more repetitions, more focus, trying to hold it. Lost it? Great. Rest my brain. Try again. Right. So, and this might just come, and this I think also comes down to just having clear goals. Like if you know you're, because it sounds like to me that you have this general sense that you want to be better at drawing from imagination. You have a general sense of you want to improve your pen and craftsmanship. And it does sound like you're very interested and you are enamored by everything that entails. But at the same time, I would suggest that you give yourself the opportunity to be convicted, right? Like there's this thing that I like. I don't know if this. I don't know. It's this guy entrepreneur, but he basically it's like a very, I guess, well known or whatever. But he says basically you must get serious, right? So that doesn't, and I like the way he says it. He's like that doesn't mean you have to be grim, but you must be serious, right? So that's the thing. It's like allow yourself the opportunity to be serious about the thing you're trying to pursue. That doesn't, and I think I've proven that you don't really need to be fucking grim to take something seriously. Like how many, dude, I make fucking dick jokes, like the stupidest fucking jokes, right? Like I don't really take myself seriously, but I take the practice and I take the effort seriously, right? Like, look, my fucking shitty ass lines, bro. If I was grim, or if I was the stereotypical definition of serious, I'd be fucking be like, oh, on comments being like, you're grinding, I'm grinding, like, wow, Vicky, you're so inspirational. Nobody says that. I got one comment a year and a half ago, but I still hold that to my heart. But like, I don't the word grind has been bastardized, and I've said this before, right? It's like the word grind has been bastardized because people see it as like a, oh, you're so real, but it's just, or like, you're trying so hard, which is true. Like technically it is a grind, but grind is just what? Constant effort. And what is constant effort? Simply trying and constantly figuring out how to try over and over and over again, chasing discomfort, really giving it a shot. So that's one thing. I have a lot to say. Clearly, holy yeah, well, he's such a yapper. I don't give a fuck. All right, I'm 28. I don't use those words. I'm better than you. But but that's one thing I want to say is like if you're thinking about it in the sense that, oh, he's just like I'm not trying hard enough because Viggy's trying harder. I was I guarantee I was in the exact same position as you, right? Also having just not knowing how to try. It's like if you haven't put in the work to really like give it a shot, then yeah, your my trying and your trying is gonna look different. You think in the beginning I was holding a fucking box with a sphere inside of it with center lines doing 23 calculations, right? You think I was putting in that much effort? No, but the more effort you put in, the better you get at putting in effort, right? So one main thing, I think the main thing genuinely what I'm noticing is just your mindset and this isn't like a to say like, oh, character flaw mindset. It's like no, mindset is just a great opportunity to improve how you perceive things, right? It's like meditation. You fucking you're breathing and then you have to take your you have to remember that you have to take your step back and focus only on your breath. It's the same thing. It's like I'm having a thought that is not beneficial or conducive to my growth or my overall well-being. Take a step back. Let's reframe it. And it's a constant effort in that as well. Everything's a fucking constant effort. Just jerking off over effort, but you can see, like, look at this, bro. You think I'm actually like doing a good job here with perspective? No, right? But and in regards to visualization, there's no should, right? Like there is no should I visualize. It's what is my goal? Do I want to be a good artist? What do I define as a good artist? Right? Look at the people that you look up to, you look at your own standards, and you're like, okay, what does that entail? And then you have to be brutally honest with yourself. Not in a mean way, but just very, very honest with yourself. I am not what? What are you saying you are not for? What the fuck? I don't even know what I said. I have no idea what I'm talking about, TBH fam. Oh, I already said TBH fam, TBH fam, right? But like, if the art goals that you have and the things that you have require you to have a particular set of skills, then it's like, okay, well, I need to work on those particular set of skills. This is the shit rotor, bro. This thing is not flying. There's no universe where this thing is flying. So clearly, I don't know how to draw thin blades, right? Oh man, I should have moved this over. If I move this over, this again, and to answer your other question, where you're like, do you really visualize everything? Fuck no, dude. I spent like 15 minutes being like, what am I drawing, man? What am I drawing? But it's just the idea. It's exactly like Parkit said in the Discord, right? It's the idea and it's the attempt, and then everything that follows that is just like you fucking it up consistently to try to see that idea and attempt to fruition, right? So do you think I'm not really visualizing anything specific right now, but while I'm drawing, I'm trying to be like, what? Okay, what is this turning into? What do I want to do? What manipulations do I want to make? What is my ability? Like, what is the story? What is the story that I'm trying to tell? So that's also part of it. And this is honestly a pretty fucking shit design. I could choose to be very frustrated at the fact that I created a tangent here, right? And like the space in of itself, it just doesn't look that good. Like I know that. Like I just haven't created a good space. My drawings in general are constantly problematic in sense of the clutter and stuff that they have. And I'm obviously always try to work on it, but like I made so many mistakes here, right? But in terms of like, should I visualize, should I not? Well, you kind of answered your own question. Is like the more effort you put towards spatial reasoning, and the more you just give yourself the ability to have a general idea and plan and intent, because a lot of art is just intent, right? The more leeway you'll have when you are drawing from imagination. And I think like a big thing I do, which I'm noticing is helping, is like you do the fundamentals to really fucking work hard and get the ability to spatially reason. And then the drawing from imagination becomes a test of the spatial reasoning, right? Like the drawing from imagination becomes your essentially like, do you actually know what the fuck you're doing? And a lot of times you'll find out, no, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Great, so let me keep trying. Right? But I think you should remove the word should from your dictionary. And if you're going to look at my effort as some sort of example, I think the only thing you should look at my effort as is an example of what you could be capable of and the type of effort you're capable of putting in over time. What is time? Hundreds of hours, thousands of repetitions, right? And yeah, that's the main thing. Fuck, maybe I didn't even answer your question, but TLDR, if you're going to have a mindset towards you should put an effort, you should reframe that as I choose to put an effort because I know my effort has value and I'm curious to see how far this effort will take me over the years, right? And the curiosity and just the willingness to put that effort in is predicated on how seriously you want to take yourself, right? Like how seriously do you want to take yourself? How curious are you to your own potential, right? That's just the way I approach it. Again, some of this may resonate and some of it may not. Like a lot of it actually may not at all, right? And that's completely fine as well. Like I never try to resonate with everybody. It's just I'm God. I'm the best. I'm literally all you need to learn art. You're welcome. But let's see, maybe something like this. If I do a little bit of wee, like a little cylinder attached here. See, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, bro. Like this looks like ass, right? Um, Let's see. I did spiral like that, I guess, but it all just stemmed from broken drawn. Oh yeah, Bryce Colander. Yeah, you mentioned that, saying that the way they draw is adaptive, and then you doing hard visualization between each line. I just wondered if doing adaptive instead of visualizing was wrong or something. Well, that's the thing. Like right and wrong is it's a spectrum. I exist to drag down your ego. Thank you, Blue Mars. I still don't know what you said you are not for. If it was hindering to a beginner to do adaptive drawing rather than hard visualization, it's hindering for a beginner to passively draw. Yes. Okay. And it's not just a beginner thing. This is what I think. Like a lot of that drone does suck. Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. It looks like fucking shit. This is why. And this is the beauty of problem solving. To be like, how can I make it look like not shit? What can we do right now to maybe give it? See, I actually fucked that up too because I completely forgot about this. Right. So again, like fucking mistakes on mistakes. Stacks on stacks on stacks. But yeah, I'll answer you 1 second. I'm just to think about. Yeah, it looks like shit, right? This is not a drone. This is probably not what you're envisioning whatsoever. Here, let's actually add some visual interest. So if I do a cutout here, you know what that does? You know what that does right here? That does this. There you go. See, now that's like, wow, there's a cutout on the other side. In what fucking universe is this a drone? The Viggy universe, the only universe that matters. But yeah, and the other thing you said is like, okay, Bryce Colander, and Broken draw like this. Well, the thing is like, I am of the personal opinion that simply not trying or not thinking or not putting in effort is not just detrimental for beginners, although it is 100% detrimental primarily to beginners in the beginning. Bars, that's not bar, that's just I said beginning twice. But either way, it's detrimental to everybody who's trying, right? Like it's just because I equate learning with effort, which is just a fact. Like learning with effort, directionally correct effort, trying to figure it out, making a fuck ton of mistakes, like just not being able to do it properly, and then over hundreds of hours you get better, right? Like the artists who constantly get better are the artists who always stay outside of their comfort zone. So this isn't something that's particular to Jesus Christ, that looks like ass. Two beginners, but beginners benefit the most from instilling this mindset as soon as they can, as fast as they can, and as consistently as they can, right? Because like that is the first step and the first series of steps you need to take to understand and enjoy learning, right? So that's the first thing. And the other thing is like, yeah, Broken Draw and Bryce Colander do more adaptive drawing. But you can, the thing is like, even in yesterday's stream, Tyrion was straight up saying like, I still think he's still thinking about gesture, composition, line quality, right? The fucking posing, the expressions of the characters. So he's still constantly trying to figure out and thinking, yes, but he has much more mileage. Perspective is much more intuitive for him. And I'll be honest, Tyrion literally told me that he can't do this. Like when we talked, he's like, he's not able to do this level of mechanical like form these complex forms intersecting and all that shit. And I don't find this anything special, but this is just reflective of the effort I put in, and his drawings are reflective of the effort he puts in, right? So the should isn't really there. It's just how far do you want to go? What are you interested in? How like just my goal is literally expert level draftsmanship and to be as quote unquote Kim Jong Il like as possible. Not just him, by the way, but just like my version of just fucking min max. Like just let's just try to prove to myself, right, and maybe everybody else, but more so to myself that there is no limit to the abilities that we can create within ourselves, within spatial reasoning, line quality, the forms, right, the visual library we create. Like there's like that's literally my mindset, right? It's a curiosity mindset, which is then backed up by a relentless drive to prove to myself that I'm not full of shit and just constantly trying, right? But yeah, like the whole should thing is just it kind of just sounds like you just want a bit more direction. See, see, like right now I have no idea what the fuck this is gonna turn into, bro. I think I did this wrong. Let's see. Yeah, see, I definitely did this wrong, but it's okay because I'm still really trying to spatially reason while I do this, right? It doesn't look like it because clearly it's fucking garbaggio. Garbaggio, but let's see, how many is there? One, two, three. So I'll do something like this and then oof. See, I don't know. It's actually very difficult to spatially reason, right? But regarding your adaptive drawing, here's what I think about it. Okay. Like technically I'm doing adaptive drawing right now because I'm not thinking so hard about the fucking box and the sphere and like all I have to because don't have space for whatever's happening here. Now the picture's looking crowded, right? But basically, I use imagination drawings as a stress test of my fundamentals and the fundamentals drawing as my sheer primary practice as to what I'm actually getting better at in terms of draftsmanship, right? So, yeah, this is a really bad drawing. Lag, my guy, it's lagging. Actually getting better at in terms oh god, draftsmanship. Disgusting. My voice sounds bad too. I don't know. This is my Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi is usually pretty good. Let's see. I am connected to it. Dude, you lagged out the second you started the answer. What? Is usually pretty good. Let's see. What? So that's the first. Find this anything. Just trying to prove. See how many is there? Constantly trying because possible. Too spatially. What? It sounds like I'm talking pretty good. What the fuck? Really? No way. Talking pretty good. What? Like I was skipping back and forth. Check speed connection on web. That was straight out of a movie. The key to life is blank. Did I actually lag out? Because I skipped back and forth on my stream just now, and it sounded like it was pretty consistent. Was the entire thing lagging, or was it just one moment? Because that would be shitty. Ah, sad, sad. Well, what was I saying? What the fuck was I saying? I talked about the key to life. What was I saying, dude? Can you remind me? What the fuck was I saying? You said the thing about your adaptive drawing is technically I'm just some moments. Just some moments. Okay, not the whole thing. And then cut out for the rest of it. Okay, so I said the thing about your adaptive drawing. Okay, because yeah, what I was saying is I'm technically not thinking too hard about perspective right now. Like not so hard. I'm thinking about design. I'm failing miserably, but that's the point. Is like I'm thinking about trying to design something. Thinking about composition. I'm trying to think about like how it's gonna this the space that it resides in, all that stuff, right? But I treat the imagination drawings as a stress test of my fundamentals, of my main practice. So my main practice is the really intensive draftsmanship practice, and then the imagination drawings are essentially something that I stress test. Like, do I understand space? Do I understand what I'm actually practicing? Right? So that's a ratio. For me, I love killing my brain. I love sheer effort. I love constantly trying to try, right? I have trained myself to love that, and I obviously, I come from the fucking opinion that I think anybody and everybody can, will, and should train themselves to love that because that's where growth occurs through sheer effort, right? But everybody needs to find that ratio for themselves. And that's why, like, I'm also here to prove that there really isn't, a limit either, right? Like I know for a fact fucking 5, 10, 15 years from now, it's funny because like 5, 10, 15 years from now, I'll be like, I'm still ass shit. I know another decade later, but I know like, yeah, 5, 10, 15 years from now, you know, people will say like, oh wow, you got pretty good and this, that, and the other. But all it will be for me is like it's just to prove to myself that the effort results in something to this degree. And then to also give people almost I'm trying to give people a reference point as well, right? Like if you have a reference point as to this much effort results in this much results, right? Even though it's not about the results because this guy clearly fucking always using over mindset, right? But if this much effort results in this much results, then you could use that as a means to be like, how much effort do I want to put in? And now I realistically know that it will give me, give or take X amount of percentage. And like we all learn differently and all that shit in terms of like what we're paying attention to, this many results, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, I saw one video where author was explaining that masters are not meant to be really good at everything when it comes to fundamentals. Only some specific fields like anatomy, nor perspective are not meant to be really well. That's the thing. Like what masters define as really good is also really different, right? Like Kim Jong Il has literally videos where he's like, oh, he goes on Instagram. Like there's been videos where he talked about Instagram and he was like, oh, I get fucking demotivated. Like Kim Jong Il would get demotivated going on Instagram and seeing all the good artists there, right? So like the thing is like the more you learn, the more you see, and the more you realize that's how much like how far mastery or your definition of mastery is. So right now, the better I'm getting at form and perspective, the more it's just like, after X amount of decades of learning, all I know is that I know nothing, right? Because once you start getting better, you see the scope of that what best entails, right? Which is why true mastery is, yeah, true mastery of like just seeing the fucking universe in that particular field, like anatomy or like fucking light or and all that stuff, is only something that can be dedicated to like that can only you can min max like one or two things, right? But general excellence and what everybody else will consider to be mastery and what you yourself would be like, okay, like I'm pretty fucking good, I understand like 80% of it. That is basically like if you can just like 70 to 80% max out vast majority of fundamentals, and then obviously your style and the things you want to do, design, composition, gesture, fucking for me manga, so like paneling, all that stuff over the decades, right? That will look like mastery, but the reality is the more you know, the more you realize that actual mastery in those domains, that last 20% that you don't really understand, right, is where you're gonna have to be like, do I want to specialize and become known as the person who had like everything else pretty solid, but this two things, and this is just my opinion, by the way, this is just how I'm thinking about it. You don't have to take this as like fucking law, right? But that's what makes sense to me. That's what makes sense to me is the fact that mastery, like, because right now we may look at Kim Jong Un and be like he's a fucking master, but I think reality is like he is a master of line and form, right? And he's really, 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 really fucking good at gesture, at composition, at ideation, visualization, all that stuff. But and this is like I'm basing this off on the words he says, where he doesn't consider like himself to be that good in many things, but the things he always talks about is like visual library, like constantly recalling things based on how good his understanding of form and line is, and like space, right? So that I do see what you're trying to say, and I think I do agree with that. Generally, in the sense that like what we see as mastery right now will not be mastery to the people we consider masters, right? Like some people might say Kim Jong Il is a master in fucking composition or design, but like I've seen shit where he's just like, oh yeah, like I could work on this. Like this still needs a lot of work, right? Because for him, it probably isn't at the level that he knows he could achieve and that he understands it takes to achieve. And he's like, no, no, bro, like I have other things I'm just gonna prioritize. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not him, but like I have a strong inkling that that's what it's like because I'm trying to get into the mindset of that path, not just for him, but like any mastery, I guess. Right. Let's see. So is adaptive drawing, setting down lines without fully thinking through and then building off of what's already there, hindering or not, in your opinion? I guess that's like the most specific I can zero down for the whole discussion. Okay, that's good. He's also really good at perspective, but when it comes to coloring, he's barely on average level. I say, like, yeah, his coloring, it looks like for me personally as a beginner, his coloring looks great, but you can tell that it's completely predicated on an extremely strong understanding of values, right? And form, right? But in terms of like actually using colors, he himself would probably be like, I'm not that fucking good, right? Because he knows how much more effort and how many more hundreds of hours and understanding and trial and error would take for him to be considered really fucking good. Because he's not John, what is it, John Singer Sargent? Is that his name? Right? He's not Sargent, you know? He is not fucking Da Vinci when it comes to understanding values and lighting and color, right? And I like to believe he was aware of that, right? But again, that's why like form, line, perspective was such a foundation because that foundation creates everything, right? It's like Leyendecker, JC Leyendecker and Norman Rockwell weren't probably not, well, objectively not as good as him when it came to like sheer imaginative drawing, visual library, like creating expansive scenes, but they were like basically 70 to 80% there, or like even 60 to 70% there. But then their understanding of shapes and colors and lighting, like those were his inspirations. He literally mentions that those were his inspirations, right? So yeah, like the thing is, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, unless you put in the fucking thousands of hours, right, you won't really know what you're actually like what you're trying to get good at, what you're actually good at, and what your scope and your scale and your capabilities and everything will be, right? So that's why right now it's just go off on the fucking fundamentals and then stress test them, at least for me. And Yeah, so to answer your question, um, what is it? Is adaptive drawing hindering? Adaptive drawing is hindering if you go into the drawing thinking that you're going to get better without thinking, right? Like I did this in my challenge 52 thing, right? Where I specifically took a break from the intensive spatial reasoning and I was like, all right, we are just going to, yeah, this is a really shit drone. This is a really fucking bad drone. But I did that with my recently my challenge 52, right? We're like, I'm just going to not think about spatial reasoning and we're going to focus on design. So I was doing what you would describe as adaptive drawing, but it's like, what is your goal out of it? Are you going to specifically not think about some elements while think really hard about other elements? Because if you're not thinking at all, that is just pure no thinking, free flow state adaptive drawing. And that will simply be a reflection of your current capabilities. All right. Like that is just so when you do that, it's just going to show you what you're actually understanding, what you don't understand through sheer intuition. Right. So it's just depending on like what you want out of it. Okay, gonna go now. Have a nice stream. Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, have a good one. Nice to know that I have more fans. Like I hope you have a great time as well. Right, but yeah, this drone is fucking garbajo. This drawing honestly could have been really good, but I honestly think I just think the placement of this drone. You see, I made a huge mistake, and this is me thinking too, by the way. Right, so Chromo, like I made a huge fucking mistake. This just look at this. This looks like these two just look like they're connected now. It looks dumb, you know, but that's okay. That's okay. Well, that's just how it is. But yeah, I guess TLDR for your question, but my answer to your question is adaptive drawing is only as beneficial or as impeding as you make it out to be, and that's based on the goals you're setting. For that, you'll get better. No shit, you think I don't know that? Thank you. I appreciate the I appreciate the encouragement. Right? Yeah. Like it's just again, like I need to work on visualizing and understanding and proportion and relation and location of the thing I want to draw before right? But yeah, so like for me, this would have been a bad if I went into it being like, I'm gonna think so fucking hard and every single design is gonna be thought out, right? And there's gonna be no intuition whatsoever. But I went into it being like, I'm not expecting anything. This is simply a stress test of my fundamentals, right? This is simply a stress test of my understanding of space. This is simply like it's gonna be very difficult. I'm gonna have to think a lot and I won't understand much, but it's gonna be a stress test of what I do understand, right? And I'm gonna try to like figure out space and all that stuff. Understand much, but it's going to be a stress test of what I do. If I went really, I don't know what to do. The amount of times I've had issues with YouTube, it's lagging again. Ah, God damn it. What's going on? Is it? It's good? God damn it. Am I here? Are we all good? Are we good? Bless me. Nope, everybody fucked off. I don't even know if so Chromo's still here. We good? Nope, everybody fucked off. Hmm. Interesting, interesting in the interesting, right? But I don't know. I don't know. Is it? Let's see. I mean, if I look at so Chroma, now I'm here. I gotta head off in a few minutes though. Okay, well, before you head off, TLDR, right? Adaptive drawing is neither good nor bad in the sense where it's like, oh, I'm really fucking myself or I'm really doing good for myself. It's just when you're being adaptive or free flowing, it's a reflection of the fundamentals that are already strong for you. Bryce Colander and Broken Draw and many others can draw really nice forms adaptively because they have a solid foundation, thus that they can focus on other aspects of their fundamentals and the thing they're trying to convey in their drawings. If for you, you feel as if the things you're drawing look subpar while you're being adaptive, and that's also a stress for you, then it's better for you to spend time in thinking about that and being adaptive over time on things that are more intuitive and that you have internalized better, right? But yes, always and forever, visualizing, spatial reasoning, thinking, being in discomfort is always a net benefit. Okay? Given that you try really hard for at least like 40 minutes to an hour and then you rest for like 10, 15 minutes, you don't fucking stimulate yourself. That's all based on learning and the spacing effect. But yes, thinking and trying hard is always better than not thinking and not trying hard. But if you're intentionally being adaptive with certain aspects, know that those certain aspects and how what will be produced if you care about the results is a reflection of how well you have internalized it without thinking, right? So like again, this is all a stress test of what I know. Some parts of it not thinking, just like me creating the random designs. Other parts, the actual designs themselves, like the ratios, the angles, and all that shit. I am thinking. I'm trying to put it in space. I am thinking. So this is a reflection. The adaptive part of this drawing is the form and my spatial reasoning, right? In the sense that like how I'm connecting things is adaptive in the sense that I'm not thinking. But the other parts that I am actively thinking about is like how this sits in space, which currently, as we can see, looks like shit. Right? So it's just like it just teaches you things more than anything. It teaches you things, right? But and it's also about setting your expectations clear. It's because the only expectation should be I'm gonna try. Here are the things I'm gonna try on. Here are the things I'm not gonna try on, or I'm gonna actively be adaptive about, right? And I'm gonna accept that the things I'm adaptive about will showcase what my current capabilities of intuition for that thing is, right? And that will give me more information for when I try again. All right. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's the way I look at it, right? Let's see. To develop that foundation, can I think hard and use visualization in making a drawing, or is getting better restricted to exercises? Because you always say your pieces are just tests of what you know, which would mean it's not helping you improve. Wait, what? You always say your pieces are just tests of what you know, which would mean it's not helping you improve? I'm confused. I don't know what that means. Can you could you clarify a little bit more? My bad, bro. I have not reading comprehension 0. Reading comprehension 0. Right. Yeah. Let's just draw a little cutout. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Little cutout there. Right. Let's see. Space, space, space. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Here's my line, right? Let's just do something like this. Let's do. We're gonna draw a pole. We're gonna draw fucking light poles that we see on the highway, and this is gonna set the scale. There you go. We lines, lines, lines. Yeah. So come on, my bad. I keep making you try to explain yourself, but what I can say is pee pee poo poo. I already made that joke. God damn it. Let's see. This is much larger. If we take a person, this. And I'm trying to think like now right now I'm trying to actively recall. You're saying all of your pieces from imagination like this are tests of what you already know, which makes me think they're not helping you know more, get better, just showing how good you are currently. Well, yeah, like I mean, when I say what I already know, I do want to add that I do try to think, I do try to recall things that I'm trying to learn as well. Like this, I'm trying to relatively recall like what drones and like whatever this um what's it called, like connection is. But yeah, the imagination drawings are helping me get better at drawing from imagination because again, I'm always thinking about I'm actively thinking about space. Like when I say the imagination drawings are tests of what I already know, I mean that in terms of like pure line form and perspective fundamentals, right? They're a reflection of what I already know as well as a reflection of what I'm trying to improve on, especially in terms of scale and storytelling and those other things. So let's see. And if that's the case, does that mean you only get better through putting effort in exercises, or can you also get better putting effort in making pieces like this outside of exercises? Well, yeah, it's both. It's both. Okay. Like I improve my main practice, I get a lot fucking better at form and connections and understanding and spatial reasoning. And then this, I stress test that by not only applying what I know, but we're trying to push what I don't know, which is obviously going to be scale and composition and design and like leading the eye, focal points, values, gesture. Am I really thinking about all of that? I'm doing my best to at least think about scale. Oh God, I have to burp. And like composition, like how things are placed, right? So yeah, like that's what I would say is the fact that you use both as an opportunity to try to get better. The simply for me, right? Yeah, like the fucking exercises is what helped me get to this point. Because again, I only understand line form and composition, and this does look relatively realistic. Doesn't look amazing, but it looks relatively realistic, right? There's a lot of issues, and those issues is what I allow myself to address, not the fundamental parts in terms of like line form and perspective, right? I think about that a little bit, but again, I've consolidated a lot of that information in my mind, but I allow myself to think about like yeah, composition, spacing, scale, gesture, all that shit. So everything is an opportunity and a reason to get better and really push yourself. But yes, like in terms of like a representation of my current fundamentals, this do stress test that, right? And then I push that stress test in terms of like, okay, let me really try to understand scale and space more. It's very clear I don't. So the next thing I'm gonna draw after this isn't gonna be a super big piece like this. I've actually wanted to incorporate it. It's just going to be like little just basically drawing simple shapes and trying to get scale down in terms of like where they're placed and all that stuff, right? Because I clearly struggle with that. So yeah. So, and mate, I should be apologizing to you. I'm an overthinker at heart. So you having as much patience as you do is not warranted. No, dude, it's not patience. What the fuck? I know how hard this is. Okay, but the main thing is just understand, like, be clear with yourself that generally what skills you want to achieve. Be honest with yourself as to the work it'll take to achieve it, right? And tell yourself and keep reminding yourself, well, no matter what, as long as you're trying, that's all that matters. And your brain will learn the rest. But as long as you're trying, you just have a direction to try in, right? And again, like I will obviously be a huge proponent of line form perspective of the fundamentals of shapes because the better you get, clearly, the better you get at drawing complicated fucking shapes, the better you can just draw complicated shapes and start having them look realistic from imagination and then use things from reference, right? Like it's all a positive feedback loop in my opinion. But again, like right now, I don't really understand perspective too well, but let's just do something like this, right? There you go. See, like this is a little bit of scale, right? And then we will bring this over and we'll create like a wire, right? And that doesn't look that good actually. See, because I don't know my S curves and my C curves or whatever. That's not a fucking C curve. That's a goddamn, that looks like a hump. I guess the takeaway of all this is just still put a lot of effort into whatever drawing you make, and inch by inch you'll get further, regardless of how much you change direction. Exactly. But I would recommend to not change direction often and to really allow yourself to push the ability of what you're currently doing. Like, I would not be able to draw mechanical shapes if I didn't spend 40 hours on fucking multiple rounding, single rounding, and try to design something interesting out of it and really try to understand it. And then that led me into like the cute bots workout, which then led me into like the fucking like the whole hinge thing, right? Which then led me into like I'm gonna do portraits, but I'm still gonna really make things harder by doing form wrapping as like an additional thing of mechanical shapes. Like your interest must guide you, but you must allow yourself to truly push your own ability to ideate and to stress test in the sense that like how far can I push this concept, right? Because a lot of people, the overthinking is probably from indecision and just not knowing how you should do something. But yes, it'll always be put a fuck ton of effort into something. Really try to push your understanding and your concept so you have internalized it in a way that you know has a consistent output, even though the output is not the or the result isn't the point. It's like you try so hard to figure it out in a way that only you can, and obviously based on the examples and the rules that are given to you. But you push that and you try to see how can I make this more interesting? How can I make this more complicated, difficult? Just how can I to the next interest where you're like, okay, well, let's say for example, you really fucking went off on like figure mannequins, right? And then that forced you to really understand boxes and perspective, and then being aligned in a specific way and like following grid, right? And then you're like, okay, well, dude, I spent like 40 hours. I really know how to like mess with the figure and put them in different spaces. How can I put them in like different orientations? How can I have them look like they're interacting with each other? Before you know it, how can I make them have gestures? How can I like I want to put clothes on them, right? Oh, I want the faces don't look that good. Okay, I'm gonna really focus on the faces now, right? And this is like obviously I'm not telling you like this is the direction you'll be going in, but it's really yes, it's always effort plus repetitions and cognitive effort plus repetitions more than anything, intentional, all that stuff. It just comes down to what do you want to focus on. But you'll notice that whatever you focus on will always have fundamentals that need to be the foundation. That's why you also ensure that whatever you're doing, you focus on the fundamentals of what you're doing that thing, which will always be the fucking line forming perspective, right? So I hope that helps, right? I hope that helps. Like I get it. I get it. As a beginner, you don't know where to go. But why do you think I keep shilling art walk? Because they take away a lot of that overthinking, and they're like, here, structure, do it, right? And I'm like, okay, great. My job, try as hard as I fucking can, and just push my ability to learn this thing. Done. Just done. Right? That's just the way I see it. But and that's what's always helped me is like, okay, just push my ability, right? Let's see. This thing, what do I want to do? It's a light, so I actually shouldn't have done something like this. Let's see. And then we got something like, there you go. Fuck. See, I fucked up a lot, but I'm just trying to recreate like the light that we see, right? At least this is what some lights in the street that I see look like, but you can see I fucked up the perspective for that quite a bit too. Like this is not good. This is kind of getting in the way, right? And it's okay. And we'll just kind of do something like this, right? Connecting it again, dude. Like I'm not really someone to give advice, like for everything. But the only thing that I can give you advice on it, and is based on my own experience as well as everything that I've seen people better than me say, right? Like my opinion is not my opinion half the time. I'm just a fucking parrot. I just say things and I practice the things that people a lot better than me that I look up to say. So for me, it's like okay, just follow what they say, right? See, like, I don't know if this is creating a ground plane or not, right? Like, I don't know. You think I know anything? I don't know anything. Like, I literally don't know anything. But let's see, it reminds me of my process trying to draw new things. I go through hell for 2 hours of trying different constructions till one clicks I can work in any angle, but the hell before that is the joy of it. Exactly. And that's why, like, people, everybody on like the internet or just people who work hard, everybody keeps using the word pain and it's the hustle and the grind. Like, shut the fuck up. Okay. It's all effort. It's all effort. You can perceive it however you want, but because we can perceive it however we want, it's more beneficial to just keep reminding us it's simply effort. Then the pain is friction, right? It's not this like fucking completely unknown thing. It's friction, right? And it's how we perceive friction. And science consistently shows that perceiving friction as a positive literally leads to your brain holding on to that and trying to understand it better, right? So yeah, like that's all I can say is I don't know, bro. Like I'm a broken record. I'm a fucking broken record, but it's what's worked for me, and it's I feel what it will always work for me, right? So like the main thing is just you stick to one thing until you really get it, and then you move on to the next thing. That's what's been working for me consistently, right? And this imagination drawing is not that good. Like genuinely, it's just pretty fucking shit. But I'm okay with that, right? I'm genuinely okay with that, and I'm learning a lot. Like right now, even I'm just thinking about scale. I'm learning a lot about how I can apply this in terms of like, look, like I've already kind of created a backdrop. This already creates scale, like a bunch of shit in the foreground. We recognize roughly this kind of does kind of, maybe not amazingly, but it kind of looks like a light post thing, right? Like a lamp or whatever the fuck, right? The street lights, and it's like, okay, we recognize this pattern, and now that gives scale as well. I'm understanding that a little bit. Am I understanding it a lot? Fuck no. And I keep saying that I won't understand anything when I die. Like when I die, I'll just die knowing that I tried as hard as I could and I genuinely learned. And I'll be proud of the fact that I learned how to enjoy learning. I learned how to learn. I learned how to just focus on just trying to be decent and good and just enjoy that process of trying to be decent and good, right? Like expectation is the killer of man. And part of that expectation is comfort, right? Bars, very deep bars. But yeah, I don't know. Hope that helps. Right. I wonder if it's lagging. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, like this looks like ass. Like like this especially this tangent actually fucked a lot of things up. You know, like this being together. And there's like kind of that thing. I can kind of understand it. You got a good thing going on, man. I've been here since your first piece of the box mannequins in the grass. Didn't know you had a Discord. Oh yeah, I just random. I made it. I kind of shilled it for like a couple of videos, and I'm like, this is too much work. And I give up. But it's there. It's there. It's all linked in description, right? It's there. But thank you, I appreciate that. Again, like I'm genuinely here to want to be philosopher. Yes, I want to be philosopher, but unfortunately, my fans keep holding me down. They're telling me I'm not enough. But like genuinely, more than anything, like this channel started as me being like, let me showcase the process, and then it became like very soon after that, I'm like, oh shit, like this is a perfect opportunity to prove that anybody can draw, and all people have are limiting beliefs. And excuses, maybe it doesn't sound like a nice word, but it can be a nice word in the sense that, oh, like it's kind of liberating. It's like, oh, so everything holding me back is just my own belief and excuses, i.e., reasons as to why I believe that I can't do it. Right. I always say, like, I'm some random dickhead on the internet and I'm nobody special. My skills are nothing special. Like, many people, probably hundreds of thousands of people understand things much better than I do. Many of you who are here listening probably see a lot of things that I don't see, and I'm just doing my best. But it's clear that and the main thing is like because I've learned to enjoy difficult things, and again, the fundamentals are not boring, they're extremely difficult, right? Therefore, how can we frame that difficulty as effort? How can we frame that effort as enjoyment? And how can we frame that enjoyment as perseverance, right? So it's a consistent effort of mindset as well. But the main thing this channel became kind of at the end of it was like, oh, I just need to show to myself and everybody watching that anybody can draw, right? And anybody can become great. And subjectively speaking, when I die, I probably won't be great. But objectively speaking, people be like, "Oh yeah, you got pretty good. That's pretty crazy." So if he can do it, I can do it. That's my whole thing. It's like if I can do this, which is nothing special, and I'm very average. Like I keep telling people, like I'm very average. It's sheer effort because I have nothing else going for me, right? So if I can do it, generally, just you can do it, right? But yeah, same fucking yeah, wannabe philosopher, quasi inspirational shit that I always say. But it's become my life at this point, bro. YouTubing. Let's see. I would give you a tip, by the way, with building out the oh, it's lagging again? Oh, it lagged again, didn't it, motherfucker? Become my life at this point, bro. You want to I hate hearing my own voice. I would give you a tip, by the way, with building out the space, zero in on the horizon line. If everything if make everything follow it, it'll feel way more of a real space. I agree. I agree. It's super difficult. Just constantly trying to figure that out, right? I completely agree. You know, and that's the funny thing is like to you, it may seem like I'm not thinking about it, but bro, I'm actually trying so hard to think about it. You know, and there, okay, yeah, my voice disgusting. But anyways, yeah, like I am actively doing my best to think about it is the funny thing. By funny, I mean fucking kill me, right? But again, that's a joke. Jesus Christ, I don't want to not the kill me part. I will kill myself one day, but only after I've lived at least till 95, right? Kill myself of old age, that is. But no, like I that's the funny thing. Is like I'm genuinely always making to the best of my ability because that's all that matters, an active effort, right? But I know that like I'm always like I'm even as I draw everything, I am trying to think about the horizon line, which is why this exists, right? But I mean, even Kim Jong Il is normal. Uh, if you're dedicating your life to something, you'll be good at it. It's not magic. Exactly, exactly. I mean, Kim Jong Il, how many times has he had to say that he's just average, and for people to be like, blah, 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 right? Because Kim Jong Il is just a reflection that, to people, he is a reflection that, oh fuck, if I just worked as hard as him, or just tried as hard as him, and really put as much effort as him, then I too could achieve similar results, right? But at the end of the day, when you get to Kim Jong Il level, or anybody, Peter Han, whatever the fuck level, right? I'm just making like this the vanishing point for these, right? Roughly here, like roughly there, right? It's like they stop giving a shit about the result and they only focus on just the process and the effort, right? So it's just one of those things. Like to get there, you must learn to love learning, right? But yeah, like it's just people who are great are simply a reminder for the average that all it took was a very strong work ethic and a belief that they're able to be great, right? And that, if you have a poor mindset, makes you feel bad about yourself, and if you have a good mindset, it makes you realize that, oh, I can do it too. And more than anything, if you have an amazing mindset, it's like, why can't I do it, right? And then if you have a top tier mindset, because we're just going in levels for no reason, and it's just getting more and more skewed, is yeah, like it's also thinking that, well, even if I don't achieve it, it's the fact that I'm trying and I'm believing that I can, and just putting in work to that belief is what matters, right? So like there's so many there's so many people who achieve things, and I love like watching these motivational videos. There's some shit like there's some basketball players or like just anybody who's really good at something. Like what the things I love hearing the most is when they say like I believe I am great. Whether I've achieved that greatness does not matter, for I believe it and I work towards it. And when I die, whether I'm great or not will also not matter because I simply tried my hardest. Right? Greatness is within, right? But bro, I answered your question. Pixel RJ, I answered your question. God damn it. Right. But oh shit, also X Jack 52X90, right? New sub or just somebody that kind of used to pull up or just was there. I mean, yes, I do think Antonio's fucking hot. He's jacked as shit, right? I also respect him more just because he's jacked because I too am jacked. And it's nice to see a fellow artist take care of their health. It's like when I went to Fan Expo, which is like our Comic Con in Canada, and there was like this jacked guy and he was drawing, and then we just got along because I'm like, hey, another artist who lifts, and he's like, hey, and then we started bitching about beginners. Oh, we just started talking about like the importance of boxes and all that shit, right? So it was good, and he gave me good tips. He just said to keep going. He was actually very impressed with what I was doing, because I'm very impressive. I'm a god. What can I say? I should actually connect this. See, this is stupid, right? You'll see, like, what does this make sense? I just ended up attaching a box to this cylinder, and it's kind of like this is a long lens, you know. But let's see. It's my lurking account. This username is cringe as fuck from when I was 10 or 11. Let's go. Dude, my username is from when I was like fucking 10 as well. Like Viggy Vodka, that's a nickname my friend Junaid from grade 6 gave me, right? I don't even know the context was like my nickname was Viggy because my fucking white my white teacher in grade 5 could not pronounce my full name. So he's like, "That's too much. I'm going to call you Viggy." And I was like, "I'm a kid." So I'm like, "Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I don't mind." Right? But bastardized. See, first he colonized my name, next he's going to colonize my soul. But see, like I don't know what I'm doing here. This just looks dumb, right? And I just have to commit because it doesn't make any sense. But Vicky Vodka, somebody just said something, and then he was just like somebody said something. I think it was in science class, Miss Nam or some shit. Oh, that was grade 7. Fuck, right? And then he was like, "Oh, Vicky Vodka," and everybody died. I'm just like, ah. And then I'm just like, that just stuck with me for some reason. So there you go. There's the lore on my nickname, right, or my username. It's like, oh, it's just random bullshit that came about when he was a child, but it holds a lot to me. But whose lurking account is this? Well, either way, I'm glad to have you on. It's unnerving too, though. You'll be drawing something and just think, fuck, insert inspiring guy here would be trying way harder. The fuck is wrong with me? No, 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 no. See, that's the thing. It's like, what you need to think about is, fuck, he goes through this exact same thing fucking every time he tries. I'm going through it right now. But another thing you can think is like, okay, you tried, you fucked up, right? And if your first thought is fuck, insert inspiring guy, if that's me, wow, amazing, I appreciate it. But like whatever, like insert inspiring guy. The next thing you say to yourself after insert inspiring guy, if you were to think about that person, would be also consistently goes through this shit. That's crazy. That no matter where we are and where we start, everybody experiences the same trials and tribulations, and it's a guarantee that he actually has been in the exact same place I've been, and he only got through it through sheer effort, and that's amazing, which means I can do it too. That's the only thought that you should be having if you're going to have a thought about thinking about somebody else in your moments of difficulty and friction. That's what I would say, because that's what I did. That's what I do. That's what I always do. Is like, damn, I know it's like the thing is, think about it this way: the path is clear. The path is clear. There's no question on the path in terms of the effort you're going to put in and the generalized path you know you're going to take. Right? Yes, it will change. Yes, you will have many things come about that you will not expect. But the path is already the path, right? Because you know, as long as you, because quitting is giving up. So you know, as long as you never fucking stop, you never stop, right? You will achieve. But that's the funny thing, is like you stop giving a shit about the achievement because simply never stopping and just continuing to try becomes the thing that you're doing the most, right? And that you're focused on the most. Hashtag Viggy inspires. Hashtag Viggy perspires. I'm sweating right now. It's very hot. I should turn my radiator off. I'll be right back. God damn it. Oh, did I even finish my coffee? Some might say you don't need more caffeine. I would agree. I don't know why I got a medium today. A small would have sufficed. Like I'm already hyper energetic even without all this shit. But yeah, I hope that helps. Like I'm already hyper. Oh, there you go, my disgusting voice. But yeah, I hope that helps yet again. So Chromo, again, it's not about, dude. Like I get it. I there's a reason I made the whole this is the video for beginner artists video, right? Because I get how fucked it is. Like not even in a bad or like a negative way, but I get how difficult it is to draw. Like I genuinely understand. Now I don't want to keep putting these lights here. I probably should have stopped here. Actually, maybe we should just keep going. But now I got to figure out a way to make these not as, I guess, distracting, right? Because this is still the fucking focal point. I still want people to look here, right? So I don't know. I probably already fucked it up, and that's why the next drawing I'm gonna do is gonna be a great exercise in that, right? But let's see. Let's see. Maybe we'll just continue. Again, like I don't really understand much about drawing from imagination, truly. I'm just trying to figure things out as I go, right? And what can I draw here? Maybe let's see. I don't know. I don't know. I feel as if what is this drawing about? Looks like what is going on? It looks cool. Oh, thank you. So I made so basically like the first stream like 3 4 parts ago, like I started this. I just started with this shit, and the whole point was just draw random shapes and design and come up with forms or whatever. This was pure intuition. I wasn't really thinking. This entire thing was pure intuition. And then I was thinking about it after I finished it for the next stream. I'm like, oh, I'll turn into like it's a guy wearing a backpack, and this is a backpack. And my original idea. So Chroma, that's how you know. Like I don't really like nothing ever goes as you plan, even if you try, right? Like it was supposed to be a guy wearing this as a backpack, right? Maybe carrying a cane, like, and this would be the ground plane, right? Like this is what he's standing on, and there was gonna be like doors and shit, maybe people looking through or like stalls or something. That didn't happen. It turned into a fucking I drew the head too big, and then Blue Mars was like, give him a helmet which has a face which is controlling him or some shit, right? And then like I realized like he made his everything became too big, so I just had to cut the body off and put him in a goddamn thingamajiggy. I made a depressing story about how he was completely innocent and he's just been tied down and he's fucking being executed now, just fucked all around. So that's the story. So yeah, like if Sorkomo's still here, you see like it's genuinely you don't really know what the fuck it's gonna turn into, right? It might be the next Mona Lisa, or it might be the next failing art school and starting a second world war. Nobody knows. Nobody knows, right? Right here. That could have been you. That could have been you. Most important thing is we can all tell you had fun with it. Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I'm just fucking trying, bro. I'm just trying. Everybody give me money. Now, what is this gonna turn into? See, like, what is this gonna turn into? And like, because my lines aren't even straight, you can see this probably doesn't even look like a grounded plane, right? I don't even know. I like the space just looks off. I'm pretty sure it looks very flat, but we can probably fix that a little bit with, let's see, something like this, right? Something like where it's what's it called, the degree is getting wider. And I'll stop it right here so that way it's not gonna get messed with that. But again, I want to say like I never know what I'm doing. I never fucking know what I'm doing. Right? I actually have a whole thumbnail plan. I know I said this earlier, but I literally like once it hits 20 years, I'm gonna the thumbnail, and I'm telling you guys right now, so anybody who's from the future will be like, wow, you actually did it. Which is 20 years from now, there will be a thumbnail that comes out. Same shit, same format, nothing ever changes. Right? But it's gonna be basically after 20 years of drawing, after 20 years of practicing every day, right? I now know that I know nothing. And I cannot wait for that thumbnail. I mean, I can, but like I'm excited for that thumbnail to come out because I just want, because we all know in 20 years it's going to be even more insane. But I just want that to put into perspective that no matter who you are, you're always going to not know something. We're just trying to fill in ignorance, right? It's a knowledge gap, it's the knowledge deficit, it's the effort deficit, it's the repetition deficit. That's it. Like, and I say that's it in the sense that, like, objectively, yeah, simple, easy. No, worth it? Yes. That's why it's always about reframing it as the effort, right? But so Chromo said, I gotta go, have a good stream, man. Keep being you. Now with a clear head, exercises or not, I'm gonna put some effort into drawing shit that I like. Exactly. Exactly. Draw shit that you like, but allow yourself to understand that the difficulty is where you grow, right? And that's why I keep telling people like the difficult things are the good things, the difficult things are the effortful things, because and when you train your mind to only focus on the effort, then everything is an opportunity to get better, which then everything is an opportunity to just try and to really give yourself that opportunity to try. What the fuck? But anyways, like this ground plane is also pretty poorly established, but we got this. We can at least kind of tell that there's a foreground and a background, right? Because let's see, something like that, right? That's the ground, fucking shit. And okay, we'll have it end here. We'll have it, or maybe we'll have it end here, actually. Yeah, we'll have it end there. We'll have it end right around here. So that way it's like, okay, this is ending. We at least got some space here. I know I don't understand negative space. I'm very well aware I don't understand a lot of things. But the thing is, like, um, whether it looks like it or not, I would like to constantly tell anybody listening or watching, and I hope you're drawing along, is that yeah, like I am trying to think about these things. Like I'm constantly am trying to think about these things, right? And yeah, like the more shit you have on the page, it gets harder and easier to think about it. Like easier in the sense that, oh, like if you got a consistent perspective, you've established it decently, like things lead to it. But harder in the sense that it's like, okay, but with the space remaining, what do you do, right? Tyrion got really, really, really fucking good at. See, that's right there. It's like that, right? So yeah, okay, it's gonna be like this. That's my vanishing point. But Tyrion got really good at composition to my beginner eye, because you have to remember, like, I'm a beginner in basically fucking everything, right? Like, and I think in general in life, I just accept that, and I always will be, right? And that's actually what I look forward to is just not knowing. I look forward to trying to not know, essentially, right? But I hope anything anybody can take away from me is like it's mindset. Mindset is a skill, and mindset is a constant effort in how you train yourself to respond to things, right? And I can say like this is like with art, I'm pretty good at it, but with other things, I'm not. I'm fucking unemployed. It's been almost a year. It's been over a year. It's been almost 2 years, bro. I've been looking for work, sent out hundreds of applications, right? Like updated my resume, I'm learning new skills, I'm trying to learn coding, all this shit. I literally last week felt like absolute fucking garbage, right? No matter how much I've trained myself to respond positively and have a good mindset, it weighs on you, right? I understand that. I understand that things weigh on you, but that's why we have to keep keep trying to establish the mindset, keep trying to feel and reinforce to ourselves that the effort is all that matters. Also, in Canada, the winters are fucking ass. So literally, we had a nice weather yesterday. And I'm like, oh, I wasn't feeling down. I was just fucking organic vitamin D deprived because I've just been coping on pills the entire time. Funny to you, maybe to listen to. For me, it was my fucking life, and it was hell. March and February, not very fun, right? But yeah, like I always just try to employ that mindset to every part of my life. But it is mindset. Like if there's one thing you could take from me is like your mind and how you perceive difficult things and how you train yourself to the language you use to respond to difficult things is the only thing that makes a difference. Like it is the main thing that actually allows you to inform the decisions you want to make, right? And like to take action. And yes, a lot of times I don't feel like drawing. I think like I've said this before, but like I literally 70 to 80% of the time I don't feel like drawing. But it's just when you keep reinforcing yourself to yourself, I'm just gonna sit down. I'm just gonna fucking pick up my pen. I'm just gonna start the camera. Like you have to break it down step by step. And also, it's just about being like, well, it's just about the effort. In it might. In it might. It's just about the effort. Yeah, I'm Australian. Who was a fucking Team 4 Star Space Australia? Right? Might. You're my might. Right? I can't even do the lines, but hopefully somebody knows which scene I'm talking about when it was a fucking like Jace is talking to Birdo, and Birdo's like, "Don't fucking compare me to like the time stopping shite," right? That little one. Okay, I think this isn't that good because like I know there's like a lack of continuity here, but hmm, let's see. Maybe we can have maybe to even establish more scale, we can just have like a little building, right? Just a little building. And again, I'll tell you right now, this building's not gonna be anything special. But maybe we can have a building, right? But yeah, how's everybody's day going? You guys enjoying drawing? Nice Saturday, right? I am curious. I know X Jax was there, right? How did you find this channel? Like I don't. I know some of you guys just randomly got my fucking thumbnail. The funny thing is, YouTube is continually pushing my goddamn content to people who don't want it or people who do want it because I have such high watch density for such a small subscriber count that it's fucking confused. And what it signals to the algorithm, right, is like my thing is high trust, right? Like my content. And by the way, this is following the perspective too. Like these little cylinders I'm making, right? Like my content is high trust, right? In the sense that people don't just because again, it's like hours long, right? It's like people don't just stay, they don't just click away, they stay, right? So it's just constantly pushing my stupid shit. I know some people are like, what the fuck is this? But like, we're like, what is this content? This is obviously made up in my head. It could be completely wrong, but you must create a narrative for yourself, right? And I think this looks pretty interesting. I mean, it looks okay. Nothing incredible. But let's see. Yeah, my lines are fucking garbage. But let's see. Maybe we can even have. See, like, it's not as if I understand space that well. Let's see, because this is not that good. Actually, it doesn't really make any sense, does it? Hmm. Let's see. What do I want to turn this into, actually? Uh, I don't know. This, like, because have I really understood, um, what's it called? Like, have I really understood houses? Right? This could be something. Let me just. Exactly. Let me just do that for a second. Okay, so the door is right here. It's gonna be tiny, right? Because in perspective, it's much further away. Like this is actually much further away. At least like that's what my intuition is telling me. That's what I'm trying to understand, right? Fuck if I know anything, bro. I don't know shit. Oh, I genuinely don't know anything. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I don't even think I need to say I don't know anything. I'm just trying, man. I'm just trying. Like, what even comes out of buildings here, right? Something like this, maybe, like a random little diagonal, and then it comes out like that, right? It's like, wow, this is a really fancy building, except it's not because I don't know what the fuck it is. But we'll leave it. This is not even turning into a building. This is just some random bullshit I'm trying. Okay, leave it. Leave it. Eh. See, like, I mean, honestly, maybe the next drawing is just purely just we'll draw buildings, right? Try to build my spaceship because clearly I don't have a visual library or even an understanding of buildings. So we'll just focus on that. But hey, at least I understand that we can just kind of make those windows, right? Maybe I'll do a little bit of that line hatching. You know, that line hatching. That's some good shit right there. Right. Oh, everybody fucked off. Nice. I knew it was too good to be true. All the conversations that I was having. But either way, I mean, I hope I helped. I think I helped Sochromo. And I don't think if he ever comes back to this video, yeah, don't feel bad. I don't think anybody should feel bad about asking questions. Asking questions is how you learn. And if someone like me is able to answer that, then no, that just makes me happy. Right. I like the fact that it's crazy. Like I never thought it actually and like you think you're like, oh yeah, I'll have a community when I start YouTube. Right. But at the level of subscribers that I have, it's actually I think that's why the art community is the perfect place to take advantage of people to actually form a good environment. Right. Because people are so kind. People are so kind. It's just I even have a thumbnail that says I'll take advantage of you fuckers. Right. But let's see. And actually, I know that I can do something like this, where we can create a cutout, because I've seen that in buildings like that, right? And that will probably add some variety. Like this is like a little jut out, or like a box jutting out. An addition, some might say, right? And let's see, maybe we can go have it go a little bit, actually, no, this is just like a tiny roof, I guess. Little something, something. Hey, yo, shawty, little something, something. Anyways, I mean, what else am I trying to say? I'm just really fucking focused on this bullshit right now. What else am I trying to say? Right? What did I not answer any other questions people had? Right? It's because I love talking. Wait. I think let's see, I think Pavlov said something. I don't fucking know. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay, let's just keep drawing. And we will see like these circles or these ellipses are in perfect perspective almost. Well, you can't really tell because they are converging or the minor axis is going that way. I didn't really draw it that well. I mean, it's tiny as fuck, so I can't really blame myself, right? But is there any other way windows can look? Well, yeah, I can do this, right? Yeah, we can do this. And you can see using a tiny ass brush pen makes things a million times more difficult. Eh, eh, There you go. But probably best to actually, yeah, because I don't think it makes sense to have this kind of like jutting out. This looks like shit. Holy fuck. This looks so bad. He giggles, but he cries on the inside. Well, at least we got scale now, right? That's actually okay scale. Considering I don't get scale at all, you know what? This isn't bad. Before I move on to the next drawing, what do you guys think? Please, just say something polite. Tell me I'm the best. Tell me you'd lick my jizz. Tell me anything. In Minecraft. Ugh. Great. The resounding silence tells me that I'm perfect. Wonderful. I have become Mr. Art. Right? Okay, there's a part of me that really wants to like do this, add these little grass indications to be like, look, it's getting smaller, right? And then we can just have I don't know if this is correct, by the way, at all. I hope like I know like even in 10 years, I just hope it's clear that like I never know what I'm doing technically. I'm just constantly trying to again, ignorance deficit, remove that deficit of ignorance. Right. So this is probably my most decent drawing. I think in terms of establishing skill, right? And you know what? I am proud of it because I've never done an angle like this. I've actually never done something like this, right? I think there are definitely issues. Like there's something definitely wrong here. That probably should just be a 1 point perspective, more than anything, or maybe not. I don't fucking know. I don't know. No idea, right? But overall, it don't look too bad. I don't think it looks too bad at all. But maybe we'll actually have this like all these wires, right? We'll just say like they're connecting down here, right? Because now it's like, okay, now that's going somewhere, and then we'll just have what can be attached here? What can be something that's like, oh, okay, it's just what do we usually see wires connected to? There's usually those little electrical boxes, right? So I mean, this might be too big actually. So let me actually make it turn into like an antenna. And you see these lines need to be a lot thinner, but let's see. And again, this is where I can start thinking about kind of like tension, right? In terms of I guess like fucking cables and all that shit. And it's harder when the lines are smaller, right? And you see, this is me also trying to think about focal point and leading the eye and gesture. I guess I don't know if this is a gesture, but just like you like leading the eye because this is now opposite to this, but it's following this angle, right? Like this is following this angle, and because this is like a nice little negative space now, it's like, oh, okay, maybe that is something, right? Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows, right? But it's nice to see. I mean, if we go back to Socromo, it's just nice to see that the end takeaway is the takeaway I always try to give, which is yeah, just are you trying? Yes. Are you trying on something that is difficult? Yes. Are you trying to stick with that difficult thing until you've really internalized it through hundreds of repetitions, thousands of repetitions, hundreds of hours, and you just constantly try to make it more difficult for yourself? Yes. You did your best. Like you just did your best and you constantly kept doing your best, even through your good days and your bad days. Then you're winning. Are you attaching success to effort? Yes, then you're winning, right? Is the effort towards difficult things. This is like a loop, right? I'm like, it's a circle. But yes, like that's always a win. It's like always a win. And that's all trainable, And again, it's a mindset. You have to keep telling yourself that the effort is all that matters. I spent a year constantly telling myself that the effort was all that matters. A year, okay? I spent a year having a shit-eating grin every time I made a mistake. And I would tell myself error, 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 and I would just smile to be like, okay, dopamine, attach dopamine, feel good about it, right? Everybody does it differently, but at the end of the day, it is done, right? Okay, so what is this? Turned out, turned hour. What the fuck? Is it lagging again? I have no idea what's going on, man. I don't know. Somebody please help. Turned out kind of nice. Exactly. It's not bad because I tried to just have some sense of scale. Maybe like and I'm starting to understand maybe that things, okay, let's like give this a bit more of a hard edge or like line quality. Because again, I don't actually have any skills regarding line quality. Clearly, fucking clearly. But maybe if I just, and again, it's like a what if. What if I do this, right? Not the fact that me doing this I know for a fact is going to be better, but what if I just define these lines with what the fuck is it called again? What do they call this? Line quality, hard edge, something like that. But it's like, what if I do that? It's like, oh, okay, like now we hopefully are getting more of an understanding that this is definitely in the foreground. And this is a tip that somebody at like what's his name? JP Buzio, right? Yeah, JP Buzio at Fan Expo gave me where he's just like just give thicker line weight. Yeah, there you go, line weight. I literally forgot what it's called, Jesus. Right? He's like give thicker line weight to things that are in front. And I was like, okay, I tried. But now like this has equally thick line width as this, right? Even though it's further back. So again, that's a mistake and I don't know what I was doing, right? And that's fine. So I was like, okay, if I want to now if I want to balance it, perhaps I have to give this even thicker line weight, right? Like even thicker line weight and be like, and just it's just the outline, maybe, right? Maybe it's just the outline. And maybe I'm not even doing it right. It's very likely that I'm not doing it right. It's very likely that I'm making things worse. It's very likely that a lot of things are going wrong. But it's me trying and then taking a step back and analyzing, emphasis on the anal, right? To be like, what actually did I do that kind of worked and kind of didn't, right? Why did my lighting change? Or was it always like this? What the fuck? But either way, right? It's like, okay, but then like again, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole because I don't even understand line weight to be like, now this has to be more line weight than this. Like, okay, just fucking just keep it general for the time being, bro. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. But yeah, like this definitely could use more heavy lines, I think. Right? Eh, eh. Gotta make it's always gotta make those noises. There you go. Right. I guess. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Somebody save me. Smallville, right? Okay, so what do I do with this building? Okay, so this I'm gonna make a lot more stout, like so. Because like this, obviously I can just change the orientation of this building. So this can honestly just converge or just be very slow convergence. And I'll just do this, right? Ta-da! And it's a building, something that's attached. Who fucking knows? I'm just making shit up right now. But there you go. Like there's a thing attached there. It doesn't really look that good. It really does look that good, does it? But I guess that's fine. I think this is okay. This did turn out pretty decent. I'm very proud of myself because I will remind, I guess, myself, and maybe I'll tell you guys as well. It's like I've never drawn in this perspective before, right? In the sense that like creating scale outwards, trying to make sense of like what's going on in the background, right? Like it's all very new to me. It's all very new to me, right? But let's see, and then maybe we can just there you go, something like that, something like that. There you go. It's like okay, now we have another building here. And maybe this one has like a little pipe, right? It must be the ganja, the marijuana, something like that. But either way. Okay, see, and then I can also just, again, following perspective, be like, we have windows. We have windows and we have little, whatever the fuck this is, right? And it's like, oh, ho, 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 we have perspective. We have perspective, right? Um, This is definitely a decent. I don't think it's anything incredible, but it's definitely decent. Does this shit usually have something? I'm trying to think. They usually have like a little thing here, right? Like they have something on top. I'm just trying to think because like obviously the light poles are pretty different. Um, in whatever part of the fucking city you go to, let alone the world, right? But I think just creating some sort of that. This is like also a test in design, right? It's like maybe if I add, what if I add something that juts out slightly at this ratio, in the middle of this little box that I've created, which is the light. What if? And that looks okay. That looks generally okay, right? And again, like what if I add little whatever this is. Maybe this is a window, right? And what if for design's sake we create multiple windows? Does that look good? Who fucking knows, right? What if for perspective's sake we have the same thing down here, right? To be like, oh, okay, there's a second window. We just don't see it. This line is not straight. Pretty ass. But I am probably good with this. There's so much going on. I don't even think this guy is the focal point. It probably doesn't look like it. Maybe it does. It's after you draw something for a while, it's hard to tell, right? I honestly, these lines back here for this building should have been a lot thinner, but that's also reflective of my line quality, my line control, my pen pressure control, everything, right? So again, there's always a million things to practice. And that's the beauty of it, is like once you realize, it's kind of, it's just that picture that I think people have seen, right? Or just a saying, or it's like I have so much to learn. And then the caption is I have so much to learn. And then there's a person and it's like two people on a bus, and the person on the left looks depressed and the person on the right looks happy. And it's the same thing. I have so much to learn, right? I think people just need to come to terms with their own mortality and that they won't get everything. Like you literally will not understand everything, right? Therefore, you should simply enjoy and look forward to like all the things you will be able to understand, and be happy about the fact that as an individual, you'll always have something to understand. You'll always have something to figure out, right? That's the beauty of life, man. It's all about learning, right? So some good shit, but really inspired. I spent a lot of time talking today, not much drawing, but still ended up getting this done. I think at this point, people come to listen to me talk, which is hilarious. Maybe I don't know how many people come to see me draw because my drawings are fucking shit, but not bad, not bad at all. Not good either. Honestly, pretty fucking mid, as one would say. Not me. I would say it's just not bad, but some would say it's pretty fucking mid. Not bad at all. Not there you go. I just have to keep listening to my voice to make sure I'm still here. All right. So before I continue onwards, we're done. Pretty decent. Pretty good. I mean, great practice at the end of the day. Great fucking practice, right? Like just and I'm pretty sure the perspective is off here. Like there's something about the way that I've caused this. I come to watch your progress. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Pixel Art. I appreciate you. Right. But yeah, I think Antonio's hot. I'd suck his dick to answer your question. Right. I fucking lapped that shit up over and over until he gave me a sponsorship. And even after he gave me the sponsorship, and he's like, Jesus Christ, please calm down. I'm like, no, no, I must do this. I must tell everybody how good Art is. Right. And you can only do that with a stained mouth. So yeah, and I also did respond to you on your comment. Right, I'm super late at that shit. Funny thing is, I actually see all your comments, but I'm like addicted to constantly refreshing my YouTube studio. But I take forever to respond to the comment. I'm like, I'll get back to them. So just know I'm even more of a piece of shit than you thought, and that creates a beautiful parasocial relationship. You're welcome. But yeah, I hope you guys draw along if you do watch my progress. I mean, you should know, like, you guys on for those of you who watch my content, I'm on the whole like portrait drawing, fucking trying to internalize that 3D simulation like intensity, right? So that's gonna be it for a while. Like my shit won't look like portraits, like actually what you will consider to be good portraits, or what like the external expectation, until easily October, right? And that's when like and that's when people will be like, oh shit, this actually makes a difference. But I know right now, who are you, bro? Oh, park it, motherfucker. You're not him. You changed your profile. Nice. You're not him, bro. Stop. Exactly. Exactly. I'm actually Xim. I'm Xing Sim Salabim. Sim Sim Salabim. I don't know. My friend said that one time. It was pretty funny. Sim Sim Salabim. My pronouns are Sim and Salah. Salah actually means bastard in Hindi, I'm pretty sure. So that's pretty funny. But also means son-in-law. So you learn something new every day. Let's see. Let's make this building extend outward. Okay, cool. And yeah, park it. Drawing from imagination is extremely difficult, which is why, like, clearly you just got to keep fucking trying, right? So this session, it's been what? It's been 103 minutes, so like an hour and 40 minutes, right? I really only drew this. I spent most of my time talking. I really only drew this background, establish the horizon line in these buildings. But I would like to say that at the very least, um, I'm glad I got to like explain myself, or just whoever I helped out. I'm glad I helped out. Oh, bless me, beautiful, yes. And and I think this was a great practice in trying to understand space. I think, okay, before I move on, let's just try to analyze. There's a million things going wrong, but just in terms of scale, what about the scale looks off, right? And the main thing I think is we don't have something else to understand how big this guy is. Like this helped because I drew something we all understand, which is light posts, right? So we know that this is far away. But at the same time, I think my horizon line was actually incorrect. Yeah. I think my horizon line might have been incorrect. Maybe more than 1 hour of blab. Exactly. Exactly. Right. So I'm going to say that I think the horizon line is too high up. It should have been lower or higher. Fuck, I don't know. I actually don't know. And that's good, guys. We feel good. It's all about the effort. Right? I'm fucking jerking off over how good that feels that I don't know. But let's see. It should have been higher up. Yeah, it should have been higher up. That's the disconnect because this, if the horizon line like this is converging this way, right? Then at least it's like here. Then I should have brought this all higher up. That probably would have given a lot of this more space to breathe as well. But also, it's because so many things are just off perspective in general that, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is like I didn't understand my horizon line. But overall, it looks okay. We'll allow it, right? And I'm going to move on to the next drawing. This will be my, oh wait, shit, let me create my thumbnail for the stream, right? What's something that, there you go, I'll do this. What is it? Like, because I wanted to obviously showcase this. We'll do this. There you go. There you go. Like that. Right? Like that. There you go. Oh fuck. No, I'll do this. There you go. I'll fill this in. Ta-da. There you go. Cool. Yeah, not bad for 3 years, 5 months. Thank you. Actually looking good. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Right? I mean, again, all it ends up proving is like you don't need to understand much to be able to create something realistic. You just need to understand everything all at once and never stop not knowing it. Right? Maybe we'll create a cutout here. Again, it's just a maybe, right? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but maybe create a cutout. Does that make it look better? Who fucking knows? Do I understand design? Absolutely fucking not. He swears so much. But anyways, don't mind me. Don't mind the shit audio quality. I'm just getting a new piece of paper. Do you study functionality like joints and such to be believable? Yes, I do actually. I constantly look at Okay, I'll show you. Like, I literally have a hard surface board, like on my phone at all times for the past 4 months, ever since I started getting interested in like, if you go back to the fundamentals, if you go back to my fundamentals playlist or just year 3 playlist, right, you'll see there was a point where I went from practicing multiple rounding for like 20 hours from like, practicing fundamentals to cute bots. And basically, this is why I always say like, pursue the fundamentals and then let the intense effort to improve upon whatever fundamental you're learning guide the next thing that you're interested in, right? I would have never realized or fully internalize that, hey, I really do think that robot drawing and mech drawing and anything mechanical is fucking sick. If it wasn't for the fact that I spent 30 hours trying to figure out multiple rounding, single rounding, and designing things with that, right? But like around like November last year, December, I basically just started. Okay, hold up. I have to go to my. I'm just going to my Pinterest, right? But I basically started creating a hard I always had this, but I created a hard surface board, right? I created a hard surface board and this is what this is not mine. What the fuck? Yeah, there you go. There, this. Okay. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but this is literally like even in my recommendations, you'll see, right? Like it's just a bunch of hard surface shit like this, um, like this. It's just like a bunch of shit related to it, right? And I just like what I always do is I just click on any one of them and I just keep it open. And I always just keep it open on my phone. And I just look at it sporadically throughout the day to just be like, what are the shapes? What is the functionality? How are things working? Have I really done that? No. Right? Because looking at something is not the same as actually trying to understand the shapes and functionality. But I try to think about it while I'm looking at it, I just try to understand a little bit. And I retain maybe 0.5% to 1%. And then it comes about in this. I will say this when I drew this, I wasn't thinking at all. I wasn't thinking at, right? Here, I wasn't really thinking about functionality because I was thinking more about the scale and perspective. You see, a brain only has so much energy, right? Once I'm really trying to figure out scale, perspective, how this is oriented, all that shit, how things are connected, the ability to design is kind of gone out the window because that's a different part of your brain because it's still focused on spatial reasoning, right? Prefrontal cortex takes precedent and all the cognitive energy goes towards that versus the design, ideation, creativity, or just like what if, yeah, part of your brain, right? And that's obviously just something you constantly keep working on. But yeah, that's what I have. And I do the same thing with like, I'm obsessed with helmet design. So we have hard surface, we have helmets, right? Like a lot of it was medieval and all that shit. So yeah, that's what I do. And I find that it helps. And I'm constantly trying to look like I live in a goddamn suburban city, bro. So I don't really see machinery all the time. But anything that's relatively mechanical, hard surface, even just constructed, I try to pay attention to the ratios and the shapes. Again, it doesn't matter if you try, right? In that sense, because like you're not gonna retain much of it, but just having at least some of that like in the back of your mind constantly just creates a higher baseline of intuition, right? In terms of when you try to like make it something legit, right? But anyways, give me a sec. Fuck, I have to go back to my portrait. thing because I will be practicing portraits later today for my videos. My videos, let's see. Oh, there it is. Nice. I found the picture. Cool. Okay, so what's next? All right, I started learning anatomy with Tom Fox. Yeah, it was a really intense book. I got through like 3 pages, and he already explained so many concepts that make so much sense. Not only for anatomy, just in general. Like, yeah, he's great at explaining and just making things connect. Right? I have his course. I haven't gone through it at all, but when I finish Artwad, figure I'll probably do Tom Fox's anatomy and then Artwad anatomy, and like it'll be again, it's like all about a blend of what you end up mannequinizing and understanding. But with that being said, before I move on to the next thing, drawing done, cool, right? For the next drawing, because I want to go for at least it's 5:15. I want to go till 6. It's EST right now, right? So let's just start. I'm gonna rest my brain actually, but we're done. We're cool. We're good with this. All right, let's move on to the fuck. God damn it, Jesus Christ. Let's move on to the next thing, right? But I'm just gonna rest my brain. Expect silence for like 20 seconds. I'm just gonna relax and drink some water. Jesus Christ. I gotta eat dinner. Okay, Blue Mars, enjoy. Enjoy your dinner. Have fun. Thank you for hopping on. Thank you for everybody who's coming up. Right? I know those of you who with zero attention span will see a blank page for the next 20 seconds and be like, all right, I'm done. Goodbye. Fuck off. I don't need your goldfish attention. Please stay. Give me retention. Keep me on the background. But yeah, I'm gonna rest my brain. Jesus. All right, cool. L stream. Nice. Thank you. Right? It's just a fucking blank page. Wow. Oh, I actually got one extra person coming. Cool. Somehow the blank page enticed them because they're like, oh, he's just starting. Interesting. But the goal of what I'm about to do now is I will try to keep the shapes relatively simple, but clearly we've clearly we have understood that I don't understand space that well, right? So what I'm gonna do for the next few imagination drawing streams is, and I always say I try to keep it simple, but then maybe I don't keep it simple, but I'm gonna try my best to keep it relatively simple and just really focus on understanding space. Like really try to focus on just scale, understanding space. And part of that will come down to just placing objects that are the same in different parts of the scene. So right now, we're going to establish a horizon line. Right? We're going to establish something, hopefully, some sort of horizon line, right? And it will just be boxes, cylinders, maybe mannequins, right? I tried this before and I failed, which is good because I can try it again and fail maybe slightly less, maybe even more. But the point is, I'll try to learn something, right? And we'll go from there, right? But let's see. Do I want a bottom perspective, right? Do I want what do I want? Do I even want a fucky one? Maybe we'll do a diagonal horizon line like this, right? That's really fucking extremely difficult, right? But that's good because I want it to be difficult, right? And let's see. Okay, we will. Oh god, that's actually gonna be very difficult, which is fun because I want to do this. I want to keep it simple, but I want to make it very difficult, right? So this is my horizon line. Let's just say, right? This is my horizon line. So let's just start. Let's just start, and let's do something like this. Yeah, this is my okay, and that's my vanishing point. Yeah, okay, we're gonna or do I okay, that's my technically if I'm trying to create a scene, you get this is my thinking process by the way. I'm trying to be very explicit, right? It's not entertaining. I will never say this is entertainment. So that's why I always tell you guys to draw along because you're here because I assume you want to understand, or I, don't know, I can't really assume anything, but I'm gonna fucking assume, fuck you, die, is that you want to understand the thought process, right? Like you're not here to watch somebody good because if you were here to watch somebody good, you wouldn't be here, you would be elsewhere. You're here to watch how is this guy learning, what is he thinking, and like what can I glean from this? If you're behind, right? Actually, no, objectively, if you're not quote unquote as good as me, right, or like you struggle with form more than I do, then here I am saying that I'm basically pushing myself. I've never done a fucking horizon line that expands to this level before ever, right? And like just right across diagonal on the page. So this is my horizon line, by the way, right? The next thing is I want to establish scale, right? That's the whole goal with simple forms. So with that being said, and let's say my vanishing point is here. Okay, wait, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. If it's here, then the vanishing point's here, right? Actually, no, we'll make it back here. We'll make this my horizon line. There you go, right? And this is my vanishing point right in the middle, right? This is very difficult because this is a skill. Like this horizon line being like this, cool. Like people get that over time. You hundreds of hours, not just time, hundreds of hours. You get better at expanding the horizon line out like this. But then to suddenly tilt it, even in any which way, any degree, is extremely difficult, right? And my mind gravitates towards tilting my head when I tilt the perspective in an angle I'm not familiar or comfortable with. That requires a lot of mental effort, right? So this is where we're going to put the horizon line. This is where we're going to put the vanishing point, right? Everything is just going to go there. We'll try to keep it simple. I'm losing it with these ellipses. Any tips? Interesting. I'm losing it with these novice. I think I've seen that username before. Okay. What are you losing it with? Because if you're losing it by expecting yourself to be good after 10 attempts, then you're not losing it. You just have misaligned expectations. Let me just use like some random page from my old stream, right? Because let's let like I don't know exactly what it is, so I'm going to assume you're losing it because it's difficult to think about this, right? It's difficult to think and visualize and calculate this, right? Which is a plane with an ellipse inside of it, following with the minor axis following the perspective, right? I'm assuming that's what you're losing it because right now what your brain is doing is probably something like this. You're visualizing this, you're seeing this ellipse, and this is your minor axis, right? And that's actually like not even that bad, but I'm telling you it's normal. If you're losing it because the plane you keep trying to visualize the ellipse in keeps diverging, and the lines that you see that you try to visualize keep being spotty, right? And the ellipse you're trying to see is something like this. That is normal because that's exactly what I went through for fucking dozens and hundreds of hours, right? All you need to do is understand where you are, right? Where you are in terms of like how far from the ideal that you are trying to pursue in terms of your ellipses, how far are you from it? From being able to see something like this, understanding that the path you're on and the things you keep losing is normal. And all that matters is you put effort towards integrating, not reintegrating, sorry, realigning yourself with the thing you're trying to see. Because you will not see this. For me, in the beginning, what I saw, what I visualized was this. This was the box I tried to visualize. Fucking, it was ass, right? This is the ellipse that I saw. Something like this. It didn't even connect properly. And this is the minor axis that I saw, right? And it took hundreds and thousands. Again, watch my video, right? If you haven't already, this is a video for beginner artists. You are not alone. What you should understand from that is just sheer trial and error. And every time your mind deviates from the construction, the model, the math, right? The established grid, right? That is your opportunity to that is your opportunity, and that is the effort you take towards recognizing and then immediately being like, error, I feel good, and then trying to immediately reconstruct it, right? And this is how your brain works. Like it's cognitive energy, like it's working memory, dude. It's so much fucking energy to just hold this in your mind, to just hold something in your mind, right? And then to hold it while applying it, and also put a fucking ellipse inside of it, right? And there's angles I struggle with too, like this angle I struggle with quite a bit, right? Like now I'm okay with it, but overall I struggle with it. But like that's the only answer I can give you is whatever you're losing, you should understand that that's normal, right? The fact that you're spending so much cognitive energy just try to see an ellipse, right? That's inside a plane in the correct perspective, following a minor axis, is normal. However much energy you're expending is exactly how much energy you should expect yourself to expend consistently, hundreds and thousands of times. Not just for this, just generally as your ability gets more complex, right? Like that's literally part of it. You know, until your memory, your working memory, your prefrontal cortex consolidates that information, it chunks it, right? Right now, your brain is seeing every single thing as an individual unit, as an individual component, right? This line, this line, this line, this line, and it's seeing it incorrectly because you're probably seeing this, right? You're probably seeing that, or some shit like that. Minor axis divides the ellipse. There you go. Maybe that's worse, or like something like this. I can't look dude, this is horrible. I'm sorry. It was something like that maybe. Yeah, it was like this. Yeah, there you go. My ellipses were like that, you know? And what I saw the minor axis was this. That was the minor axis I saw. But what I was trying to do was this. And my minor axis was this, right? But you won't understand that until you constantly visualize the plane. Right? You won't understand that until you constantly visualize the plane. You constantly keep trying to understand the concepts, right? Because concepts are easy to understand at first glance, but to apply while trying to understand them, whole different ballgame. That's where learning occurs, and that's where friction occurs, right? But I hope that helps. All I'm trying to say is whatever energy you're expending to try to figure it out is exactly the energy that you should be expending. The mistakes you're making are exactly the mistakes you're supposed to be making, right? And your effort to try to realign and understand and just reintegrate and to reconstruct your output, your, like in terms of like the thing you're trying to do with the input, the effort you're putting in to be slightly more consistent is the correct thing. Like it is learning. That is where you should be. So a good exercise would be drawing ellipses and planes. Exactly, because that's what anybody who constructs. That's what they see. I remember on the fucking Broken Draw Discord, somebody was like, "There's no way artists are seeing all this shit." That's exactly what they're seeing. That's exactly what they're seeing. Like this, like when I draw this, I am seeing this inside of it. I am seeing this inside of it. Okay. Like that is draftsmanship. That is drawing from imagination. That is form. That is construction, right? And it should be inspiring to you that this is an ability that everybody can build, right? Even with my fucking ass lines, Jesus Christ. But yes, 100% always, and do it with cubes too. Draw ellipses on every side of the cube. Exactly, exactly. It's all a visualization, calculation, and attention game, right? A lot of advanced artists will just be like, just draw it and figure it out. No, no, they have intuition, they have crystallized knowledge, and and a lot of them don't know how to teach and explain and break down exactly every little thing they're doing. But it will be difficult in the beginning for you to even visualize this, let alone this, let alone this, let alone this, right? And it will be inaccurate. It'll probably be something like this, right? And your fucking ellipse will probably be something like this. Not even. Probably something like fucking wonky, and then you'll see the wrong minor axis hundreds of times. I ain't seeing shit. Just draw it type shit. Fuck off. Fucking Parkit. Fuck off. Completely shitting all over my goddamn attempt to try to inform. But I hope that helps. I hope that helps. And oh, by the way, you won't see shit. That's actually true. I didn't like the effort to even try to see is extremely cognitively intensive. So you actually won't. It's just the effort to try to see over dozens and thousands, fucking hundreds and thousands of hours and dozens and thousands of repetitions. That's not actually a good metric. Thousands of repetitions and hundreds of hours. Yeah, there you go. But yes, I hope that helps, novice. Right? You truly are a novice for asking me such a question. Yeah. Anyways, but let me at least start this drawing because I want to establish something. Right now, I want to think about like what is the simple shape that I want to establish. Right? Because this is my horizon line. Where's my vanishing point? Vanishing point is down here. No, it's gonna be further off the page. It's gonna be like all the way down here. Right? But let's see. My horizon line's here, right? Everything's going to be going towards it. I will draw things that are not going towards it to actually like break the perspective, or like not break the perspective, but yeah, break the perspective that's like everything's converging, but in terms of like keeping it still applicable to the scale that it's being drawn in, right? Like applicable to the perspective that's being established. But right now we just need to draw something, right? Okay, so it's right here. We'll start with something like this. And where's my okay? So and my vanishing point. This is one vanishing point, right? Somewhere here, right? And my other vanishing point. Let's see. Hmm. This is difficult to think about. Very difficult to think about, right? And by the way, like this is actually where the drawing is occurring, right? Drawing isn't occurring when you're putting the line down. I mean, it is, but like the planning, the intent, the thinking you do beforehand and while doing it is actually the drawing. This, the pen, the lines, that's a byproduct of what's already happening in the mind. It's a byproduct. It is not the main focus. It is a byproduct. So yeah, novice, more than anything, the more you're thinking, the more you're learning. The more you're failing while thinking, the more you're actually in that perfect Goldilocks zone of your brain actually trying to figure it out. So the more discomfort you're in is actually when your brain is trying to figure it out. And every so often, just rest your brain for 10 seconds. All right, that's the gap effect. Your brain just replays it at 10 to 20 times the speed. And then after you're done learning, rest for 10 to 15 minutes. Do not stimulate yourself on anything. Your brain will save and consolidate the information into long-term memory, at least like 5-10% of it. Okay. But yeah. Uh, that's literally how you just learn better if you're dipshit like me, right? Science, use your physiology. No matter how you learn in terms of how you interpret things, nobody, and I mean literally nobody on the fucking planet, no human on the planet is incapable of taking advantage of the spacing effect, the gap effect, right? During thing like resting after you do a practice session, effort, right? Enjoying the effort, attaching dopamine, attaching good feelings to effort, right? And being in the discomfort zone. And yeah, focusing on difficult things. I don't fucking know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, like if you're average, these are the things you can do to make yourself get better. If you're above average, these are the things you can do to make yourself get better. Below average, same shit. Doesn't matter because you're a fucking human. This is how your brain works. This is how your brain works. Okay, so let me fucking do something. Jesus Christ. Okay, so let me. I need to visualize, right? And this is my ground plane, or like Let's see. I actually don't know what the fuck I'm trying to do. I have no idea. Maybe I have to change everything, right? Where's my horizon line then? If it's here, actually no, maybe I want it to be here. Actually, yeah, maybe I do want it to be there. Jesus Christ, I can't think of anything. I'm dying. I'm dying. But I have an idea, but I'm simply shit. Okay, we'll just have to put a line down and then see where it goes, right? We'll just have to see where it goes. No, wait. Okay. Fuck, man. I don't know what scale I want to do. At first, I was thinking like I'll have buildings coming down, right? But then at the same time, I want to draw a lot more different things than just fucking rectangles, right? We need to establish scale. Draw a dragon? Hmm. I could draw a dragon. I mean, I'll draw a dragon with simple forms. I'll do that. I'm not gonna draw an actual dragon, right? But because I'm trying to establish scale. Or fuck it, should I just go balls deep and draw the dragon? I don't know how to draw a dragon, but let me just spend literally let me just spend 10 seconds looking up dragon. Let's see how this is hopefully me proving that drawing from learn understanding form will help you understand how to draw anything. Right? Let me just look at this random dragon. Okay. All right, I'm gonna draw a dragon. I'm gonna draw a dragon. Does he look like he can draw a dragon? We'll see. I just looked at a picture of a dragon for about 10 seconds. Now let's see what I retain from this, right? Let's see what I retain from this. Probably not much. Probably not much. Blue Mars, I thought you were gonna go eat, you motherfucker. But let's see. Okay. Probably not much, to be honest. But let's see. This definitely won't look like a dragon, but the point is to see what can be done with just an understanding of form, right? With just an understanding of form. Let's see. Okay, so this is like the nostril. This is the eye, right? Where is this is the I guess the sneer of the lip or whatever. Yeah, like this is definitely not gonna look like a dragon, but I'm going to try to figure out because again, think about it this way. I only ever draw mechanical things, right? And like super hard surface, organized, all that shit. So this is actually just gonna prove that even when you practice something that is completely unrelated, just purely because your form is getting better, you will draw something that kind of looks like it. Will it be exactly like it? No, fuck no. I'm gonna tell you right now, this is not gonna look like a dragon. But and because I don't understand texture and I've never actually tried to draw a dragon, but it will likely look like at least a dragon-like creature. Maybe, maybe not even that. Maybe don't try to do a finished piece at first. You could try to draw the separate parts like form, texture, and then combine them afterwards. That way you can spend more time on the separate part and figure everything out. I was gonna do that, you piece of shit, but then you're like, draw a dragon. You completely derailed my fucking plan. You motherfucker. Gives me the goddamn idea and then tells me I'm wrong. You cunt. Absolute cocksucker, I swear. But anyways, okay, so this is gonna be the horn. Right, something like that. And this we can do something like this, right? This is the fucking what is it? Like this is basically like a bent cylinder, right? Oh, that looks so bad. And now this is an opportunity to fix it, right? By doing something like see, because I don't understand bent cylinders that well. Let's see, something like this. Maybe not. The answer is most likely maybe not. There you go. Maybe I can. This is not good. But this is how we figure things out, right? It's okay. I'm still gonna think about the horizon line. I'm still gonna make a scale properly, right? Uh, Something like this, right? That's the mouth, maybe. You know, this isn't too bad because I am thinking it's just very difficult to. I'm actually very happy you said this, Parkit, because honestly, this is extremely outside of my comfort zone. Like genuinely extremely outside of my comfort zone. Right? I don't ever draw. I haven't gotten to the part of art wad where I'm drawing organic things. Right? Like I just haven't. So me trying to draw something organic is actually a great way to genuinely be completely outside of my comfort zone. And again, I'm trying to think about the overall form that this is encompassed in, even while I do it, right? And yeah, this is not gonna look good, but I'm very excited to just see myself try. Like I'm genuinely very excited to just see myself try, right? And my lines are holy shit, fucking so bad. Right, so thank you, thank you. This is always a good opportunity to learn more than anything. It's like, okay, I'm trying to think like what is the textures that we usually see with these fuckers, right? And like, does that even look like that? I don't think the eye is supposed to be that close to the mouth, but this is just what it is. You make mistakes, you learn, and then you just keep trying, right? And I think maybe it will have the mouth like this, but yeah, let's see where this goes. I mean, I did say that I wanted to push my understanding of what I got and genuinely see where the um the understanding of space would take me. And like this is like a little gesture, I guess I'm trying, right? It's just like, okay, what is this actually, right? And I am trying to visualize this to the best of my ability. Am I doing it? No, no, it doesn't matter. I am trying to visualize it, and that's what matters to me. Okay, so that's way too thin. So we're just gonna bring it up and then bring it all the way down. Put it down on me, put it down on me, just like that, right? And this is like implying, I guess, line or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Same with that, right? Just the implication of shadow, because I'm such a genius. But let's see. Like again, like this is not a good design either. Because why are these so close? Why are these horns so close? Right? I guess for me personally, I don't see it as a good design. Maybe it is, right? And then here's me adding texture for no fucking reason, even though I should just be focusing on form. But and then I'm trying to think about how it's curved on the other side. So we'll probably just see the eye, something like that, right? And now it's like, okay, jaw. Do I even know how a jaw connects? Absolutely fucking not, right? Like I don't know how a jaw connects, you know. And we have to think about this. Like, how does this connect? There you go. And then we have this, right? We usually see that shit when it comes to animals. They have like this weird skin flap outside of their mouth, right? This is not, this looks so, but this, I love this because it's just showcasing what I don't know, which is many things. Like I literally don't know many things, but let's see. And then they also have like a little skin flap like this, right? Long neck or short neck dragon? Um, I'll do long neck, right? Actually, like this is a great way for me to practice the perspective as well, but let's just, because what does the head look like? Well, the head we can bring back here. And I know like this is a pretty common dragon design. Not that I'm gonna do it well, by the way, but like they have like these little horns. It's kind of like rigid and like texture, like bumpy and shit. And let's see, what is this? What is this exactly? Wait, okay, I know like this is like a skin flap thing that you see every now and then. Again, you'll see that like, oh, he looked at an image of a dragon and then now he's just trying to recall it. Is he recalling it? Fucking barely, bro. Like literally barely. Barely, I say barely, but maybe more angular shapes for the nostril, right? Because dragons are pretty angular. Um, and then I have to think about the other side. Like, what is the other side? Oh, that looks really bad. That's not good. Okay, that's fine. And then we just, it is technically perspective at the end of the day, right? So something like this. And then what is this going out here in perspective? Whatever the fuck, what the fuck is this? Dragons can be soft too. Yeah, sure. Sure, sure. That's what this is. This is a soft dragon. But you can see I don't really understand anything. And the perspective is pretty off, but let's see. Let me do something like put a horn here. I know there's asymmetry in dragons, right? And that's maybe some gesture, maybe some gesture. I don't know what the fuck is this, bro. But let's see. Again, this is a great opportunity for me to be like, I don't understand anything. You know, like I actually don't understand anything. And that's good. Like that's what I want to do. Let's see. And we'll try to make this look. I'm trying to think about the jaw. Trying to think about the jaw, right? The jaw should actually be a lot bigger, I think. It's hilarious because I watched so many videos on paleontology and dinosaurs and all that shit, and I still can't fucking draw anything. Let's see, and this is you can see like this these lines are horrible because there's no gesture here at all, right? Like literally no gesture. So we can see that you don't understand. You don't have to say it all the time, but I'm trying to let you know that I don't understand, so you can understand that I don't understand. How else will you understand? That's the real question right there. Right. Okay. Let's see. I think maybe this is a common pattern. Well, I don't know what the fuck this is. And let's see, maybe we can make this a lot bigger. A lot bigger. Let's not that it makes sense. Let's do something like I mean teeth are pretty fun to draw. And I think some asymmetry in the teeth maybe creates some sort of tension. I'm making lasagna. Very good. Food's in the oven. Proud of you. Proud of you. Very good. And let's see, how does oh that's just wrong. And it looks bad, but it's okay. Maybe this is a connection. See, like I don't know teeth at all. Like this just looks really bad. So good. It's so good I'm crying. Pocket completely fucking destroyed my entire plan for this drawing. Bastard. God damn it. It was just supposed to be simple space practice. This proves that you can have a good fundamentals, but drawing something new will always be hard. Exactly. Exactly. Right? I will always like that's 100% true. My fundamentals can be good, and that's why this can look relatively realistic, right? Relatively. But if I don't understand the subject matter, I don't understand the simple forms that it's comprised of. I don't understand its anatomy. I don't understand how to break it down, because I've never practiced it. Like I've literally never practiced it, right? Then this will be the result, which is like this kind of looks like something, but it doesn't really, right? So that's a good thing, because again, like it just showcases that you always have a million things to learn and get better at, and it's beautiful, beautiful. Fucking jerk off over learning again. Why don't you? Right? See, like, what is this? I don't know. I was just trying to create something that like followed that. But design. I don't know how to do creature design. Maybe I've been practicing so much on mech shit, but I don't know how to do creature design. Right? This thing's neck is already fucking wrong too. Okay, so I have to think about the space. Hmm. Okay, I think I have an idea of what I want to do here. Right. Um. Let's see. Okay. I mean, like, if we're gonna bastardize it, might as well bastardize it all the way, right? This looks. I feel sorry for it, right? Right. Um, because the fucking nose clearly here. Let's give it a more stupid looking nostril like that. There you go. There you go. And it looks to be in pain. That's what makes drawing from imagination so hard. With references, you could draw way better dragons. And I'm not talking about copying. Yeah, exactly. With references, you would at least give yourself the opportunity to understand the form, right? But that's also the fun of it. Like I like this feeling of just no. And you find out like, oh, I actually don't know much. Okay, so how can I know better? Well, be patient, practice the thing hundreds and thousands of times, and then you'll know a little bit more, right? And it's I find that to be incredibly rewarding. Let's see, what kind of tongue do we want? I don't. Do I even want a tongue? I mean, it has to have a tongue. Let's just do something like this, right? Like that's like usually the texture that they use for tongues, right? And then we'll just fill it up with dark space while still trying to maintain some semblance of texture. Like usually I would do hatching for this, but again, I want to obviously push past whatever boundaries that, or at least like try to do something different, right? More than anything, try to do something different. Same thing here. So the tongue probably ends here, so we'll just have something like this, right? That's the good thing is like no matter how much you don't know, if you at least understand a little bit, not a little bit, if you understand 3D a little decently, it will never look like okay, this guy is just drawing random bullshit. It's like okay, he's drawing random bullshit, but he's figuring it out, and that sounds inspiring. Sounds inspiring. This is just me creating my own narrative. You guys probably like this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, but either way, this is like a fucking. He has a Dalmatian for a tongue, clearly. Right. Wee. Okay. He that looks like fucking fur or wool inside of his mouth, but we're gonna leave it for now. We're gonna leave it for now. Let's see. I just decided to make that random angle. Maybe there too. Gotta play around with it, right? Okay, and then same thing. It's a pissed off dragon. Give it a vein, right? Cheese, exactly. That is a tongue that is full of cheese. Okay, I think pretty sure this side should be in shadow because we shouldn't really see much light in this tongue at all, to be honest. But not that I know. So this is from imagination? Yes, this is completely from imagination. I looked at a picture, a really nice concept art of a dragon that looked a million times better than this for about 10 seconds, and I'm like, yes, I understand. I don't understand, but I just looked at it to at least try to be like, maybe I kind of get. Like this thing comes from that reference that I looked at where he just had like little things jutting out of the head, right? But now it's like I don't know where to take this shape, right? I genuinely don't know. And the snout should have been much longer, right? Um, let's see, right? I don't know what this is, but maybe that's scales. Who fucking knows, right? Yeah, like that doesn't even look good, right? I don't know what I'm doing, bro. But maybe this is just like random patchwork. Maybe. Who knows? But anyways, okay, so maybe there's a way to make this dragon's head look more angular, right? And I think the only way to do that is by there you go. Yeah, making it a bit shorter, more stout. Not stout, sorry, more elongated. Right? This definitely doesn't look like a dragon anymore. But and I know like this is kind of how people imply scales, right? And it's obviously following the form of the dragon. But you can see like I actually can't draw lines fast and consistently either, right? Like I struggle with that quite a bit, you know. And also like I don't know how to draw scales in general, so I'm trying to figure that out as well, right? Maybe more detail here in terms of just like little textures will make a difference in terms of I guess like fucking leading the eye. Who knows, bro? You're talking to the wrong guy here. Talking to the wrong guy. Okay, see that looks bad because my lines were too thick. Bro, think about lighting. Fuck lighting. Lighting is for pussies. Did I ever accomplish anything thinking about lighting when I was 20? What about when I was 15? No, lighting never served me. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Uh See, like this is me making horrendous mistakes because I'm noodling. Like I'm thinking too much about like the small. And this is like me not thinking at all, which is me making don't do the same texture all over. Exactly. Like Parkit's completely right, right? It's like I'm just noodling and this is just me being in my comfort zone, which is me drawing random bullshit and not thinking, right? Like these are all mistakes, really bad mistakes. Shouldn't have done it. I did it anyways. Just have to move on, live with it, right? But that's because I don't understand texture, right? So let's he said don't do the same texture everywhere. So does that mean we we space it out, right? Is that what he's talking about? Who knows? Because I just don't get texture, right? And I'm okay with currently my current capabilities of not understanding texture, right? Like this is probably not good and most definitely resulting in a subpar drawing, right? But I'm trying. I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It looks pretty bad. It looks pretty bad, right? But let's see. Like the other issue is like I'm zoomed in way too much. Like I'm actually zoomed in way too much, and I definitely think I should keep this tongue way more in darkness, right? Because you don't really understand. Like it's hard to get that contrast between the teeth and the tongue if you don't get like at least some sort of darkness in between. This that maybe I'm not explaining that well, but again, I'm not one to really talk extensively about what I don't understand because that would be too much pride, too much ego, which I have a lot of. I'm so egotistical. I know everything, but yeah, no, like I completely agree. Like these, I don't know what I'm doing here, bro. Like I, I was noodling. I wasn't thinking. See, so you see how much my output, my outcome, like the things I do, gets worse when I don't know what I'm doing, right? And I don't think about what I'm doing, right? Right now, I am trying to actively think about the texture and the design and all that shit, but overall, like it's kind of right? Like because I don't know texture, I don't know light, I don't. This is why I keep saying like you can go very far with form, line, perspective, but over time, obviously, I'll be addressing everything. You can start without texture, just think about the form and where the light would reach, and just place shadow. Show the texture at the point in between light and shadow. See, those words mean nothing to me, but at the very least, I understand that 100% I should be thinking about the form first, right? So, let's see. All right, let's see. Yeah, because like he's right. Like I shouldn't be noodling. I shouldn't just be doing random shit. And creature design is so difficult for me, anyways, because it's organic, and I haven't gotten to the point where I'm going to be going off on organic practice. Right? I can't wait to. I can wait, but I can't wait at the same time to get to Artwad's Dragon roadmap. Yeah, because this shit, like, in a few years, 5, 10 years, always the 5, 10 years, like you guys will see a difference in the way I approach it. But I'm just trying to think. This completely fucked my entire practice. So this fucking guy just said dragon, and I just said okay, I'll do dragon, right? But let's see. Let's see. Let's okay, can I at least think about like some sort of attachment for the arm, right? Because it's like T-Rex arms, right? So can I do because I don't know anatomy either, but let's just try, right? There you go. That's like the attachment that I'm trying to make for the arm. And it's also like bat wings and shit. They have like pretty insane anatomy, right? Which is why it's really complex. It's really complex. But I'm going to obviously take Parkett's advice and think about the simple forms first, which is first right now we just need to understand where the anatomy, where like the where everything is connected, right? And for this particular animal, it's all about the wings and shit, the arms, all that stuff, right? So let's see. We need to. Oh, I did that wrong, but we can just fix that. We need to do something like this. Right. Okay, so that's the wing. I'm trying to think about the wing. I'm trying to make a connect here. But you can see like my C curves or whatever the fuck you want to call them. My line curves are really, really, really subpar. Right. And let's see, what perspective is that in? If that's going this way and this is connecting, I think it's relatively like that. This could be inaccurate actually. Most definitely is actually. I don't fucking know, bro. See, lat line was too thick. Dino Norland has some of the best creature designs. You should check it out. Yes, I will. And also Terrell Whitcatch. Also, like I'm obviously when I do take creature design more seriously, I'll be practicing that a lot, right? Yeah, these guys are all the fucking goats. Like that's the beauty of it. You know, it's like no matter how much you practice one thing, it is transferable to a degree. Like you'll see, my application of line form and perspective is transferable. At the same time, so much of it is not transferable, right? Like because I haven't practiced organic form, organic line, organic perspective, right? And that's another 100-hour, 200-hour deficit that I have to make up for, and that only happens with time, which is beautiful, you know, which is honestly beautiful because it's just a time. Let's make this a jack dragon, right? fucking give him a nice little tricep. This is fucking like the detail. Give him a nice little tricep head, right? No internet. What? What happened? I think it looks pretty good. I mean, yeah, it seems to be working fine. But and the thing is, like this, you also have to think what wings look like. I'm trying to think. Yeah, this thing's wings have to be very robust in order to be able to support all that weight, right? So that's another thing that one has to keep in mind when they do this. It's just like, okay, well, do the wings make sense? You know, like, are they large enough for this animal? And right now, I'm gonna try my best. Like, we're just gonna imply that, okay, well, the wings are definitely large enough, hopefully, because they are going off. They are going off into the distance. But is this wing even connected properly? Right? Like, I don't even know how wings connect, you know? So is this actually even connected properly, or does it look just disjointed? I think it probably looks disjointed, to be honest. Like, it probably looks pretty disjointed. But oh, my mom's calling me. I have to go pray, but I'm gonna just say not right now. Right? But let's see, like, because again, I've never drawn bat wings either, right? So I have to think, it's like, okay, how are these wings connecting? And is it, there you go. Like maybe it's connecting like so, right? And maybe I shouldn't have even drawn this neck out all the way, but let's see. If this the wing's going this way, then what about here? Right? There's maybe something like this, something like, and this has to be in perspective as well. Let's see, it's going this way, and then we have something like going this way, right? And then we have that. Does that look? I mean, it's about silhouette too, which you don't even realize, right? But it's interesting how there's so much. I mean, it's amazing how there's so much to learn. But now it's like, okay, how did the wings connect? What the fuck is going on here? I don't know shit about bat wings. I just know vaguely they have like these little webbings that you have to be aware of, right? And then like obviously I'm trying to make style in the sense I'm trying to disjoint lines. Maybe this is too just disjointed. It's very possible this is way too disjointed. I don't know. We'll have to see. This is all like trial and error. It's always all trial and error, right? And again, like how does this make sense? This is the way the wing is like this arm is coming off the wing, right? Like here we're trying to make it so it looks like it's all connecting and shit, but how does that make sense here? Like how does that make sense here? I don't fucking know. Wrong guy to ask, my guy. Wrong guy to ask. Like I don't even know what that was supposed to be. Woof. Okay. Damn, it's already been over 2 hours. Holy shit. I know I said I was gonna do my fans a service, keep drawing, but I am getting relatively tired. This doesn't look good. This does not look good. It looks too disjointed. Hold up. It's because I'm not adding enough tension here, right? Well, I say right as of like I know what the fuck I'm doing, but see, and these lines are also too thin. There needs to be more what's it called? Confidence on my end when it comes to applying these lines. Maybe, right? Something like that. And I guess again try to apply tension because these are relatively thin. These aren't thick wings, right? These are thin wings. So rest time? Yes, Osine, it perhaps is time to rest, but I do want to at least get this down. Let's see what is happening here. Maybe this is yeah, maybe there's like a thingy jutting out for these wings, right? And they should be going. I say should as if I know what the fuck it should be doing, but there is no should. Let's see. Let's make this delt a bit bigger, right? And oof, this is difficult. This is great. Fucking park it completely fucked my goddamn entire plan. You bastard. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. And let's see. Same thing here, right? Like I don't know what. I don't even think these look like wings anymore. Genuinely. But that's the good thing. It's like I don't understand this. right? So, like, obviously, I don't understand how this is supposed to look because I've never done it, but I think this is actually right. And going that way, yeah, there you go, and then we'll have it go like that. Oh yeah, okay, that looks like a wing for sure. Yeah, see, because it's supposed to jut out. It's flying outward, right? So it makes sense that it would be jutting out. So same thing here. It's attached and then it's see it's coming out and then it's going down again here. And then it's what is it? It's like this and then this, right? Maybe? No, it's not. We'll have it go out even more. Like that, maybe? I don't know. I actually think I fucked that up. Maybe that should have been more outwards like this. Not that I what the fuck? No idea. No idea. Let's just try to attach it like so. This guy just looks like he's wearing a fucking canopy on his back at this point. It's just like there's nothing. There's nothing going on. But Osan is right. It is time to rest. It is time to rest. I don't know. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up over something I don't understand because this was beautiful. Like I've just been trying to understand it, right? Like it's actually really good in that sense. But hold up, make these triceps more jacked. Forearms need to be huge. And I like this like motif that I'm doing where he just has little kind of nubs, right? And again, like look at this poor line quality. Uh, right there you go. That's the creature design. But this doesn't look like a dragon, but at least it kind of looks like I'm trying to look like a dragon. Right there you go. Give him a little humpback of Notre Dame, top sheet, top sheet, top sheet. Anyways, and we'll just have that his back. It's connected like so. Right. Now the real question is like where are the wings? Maybe I should do something like this. There you go. Right? And then it's like a random fucking whatever the hell's happening to this wing over there. And then it's connecting out, and then we'll bring it back here. Doesn't really look like it's good. So that is right there. That's a damaged wing. How about that? Let's just say that's a fucking that's a Down syndrome wing, right? We can add little tears. We'll say this wing got broken, right? So he's clearly fucking pissed because somebody fucked his wing up, right? Add a little blood too. There you go. We've created a war. There you go. Now we have the story for the next time. It's a war. He's probably fighting against humans, some shit like that, right? What do you guys think? Not so bad for not knowing how to draw something. Not so good for also not knowing how to draw something. And that's life. That's life. I'm really happy. Thank you, Parkit, you piece of shit. This, of course, it's always good to know your weaknesses, right? And my weakness is everything, clearly. So let's see, and then we'll add another, I guess, tear mark, right? It's good. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Wasain. We'll add another tear mark here, right? I'm just trying to think about like kind of what I generally think I know. Not what I know, because I don't know anything. But let's see, and then we'll make some blood here. Right? I don't know if this looks like blood, but we're gonna try to. There you go, something like that. Blood has like these little weird lines and highlights and shit around it, right? And maybe we'll actually have it be bleeding a bit more profusely, right? Cool, cool. Nice. Very good. Very good. Yeah, when other people give you ideas, they're always hard because they don't stop at what you know how to draw. Of course, and that's why I appreciate it. Is like I don't. My goal is clearly to just draw whatever I want, and whether I'm ready or prepared, whether I've done the art want roadmap or not, like it doesn't fucking matter because I still gotta try, right? Like it just gotta try, and it's fine. Like this is still a great opportunity for me to see what my current ability is, and then like a few years later, when I can do dragon drawings are fucking much better, and they actually look like dragons, and I'd be like, oh shit, look at that. Well, he allowed himself the opportunity to try that, right? So let's see, maybe like injuries. That's how injuries are usually drawn, right? And I'm trying to think in terms of like I don't because I don't know what bat wings are like or just wings are like in general. But let's see. We'll do something like this. Which is well, what I did on the other side, right? Which is again, but like the thing is that's why line thickness is so important because even my lines in of itself, if I don't control the pressure sensitivity, they get too thick, right? And then it looks it kind of takes away. Like it's hard to explain. Like the weight of the line holds more precedent than the intent of the form. If that makes sense? See like that. Like why is that so thick, bro? Because it's not consistent either, you know. And this is too thick, like the actual form itself. I know these aren't bat wings. I know these aren't bat wings. And I definitely think there should be more C curve or whatever the fuck. Oh wait, no, it should be like that, right? Yeah, we need to have more curve for the lines. There you go. That's a bit better. Look, like it's like webbing is the idea from what I know, right? It's like webbing. Does again? Do I know what the fuck I'm drawing? No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Parkit, please don't hate me. I don't know. Right. But anyways, let's see. These aren't wings. This doesn't even look like it's attached on this fucking back properly. But let's see. We'll have that kind of attached there. Hmm. Okay, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. We're gonna recreate. We're gonna do this texture that Parkit said was not a good idea, and we're gonna do it only because I want the wings to hold more precedent in the actual design, right? And again, I know like I should be giving more space, so I'm gonna try to give more space. It's amazing. Just give me 5 years. By then, I will be good enough to teach you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. We can always learn something from each other, right? I just refuse to learn from you. I refuse. God damn it, I refuse. Let's see. But yeah, it's not. It's okay. I mean, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, wow, this looks like shit. Can't do anything. Can't do anything. Right? But like that's the thing, right? Like it doesn't matter how I feel, whether I think it looks good or looks bad or whatever, right? It's just about what I do in the meantime, which is just I'm just trying, right? Eh, eh, eh. And let's carry this over. Do I want the entire thing to be scaled? I mean, maybe, right? Let's what is happening here? Yeah, there you go. We obviously need to give the ridge some importance, right? Oh, is the stream lagging again? Was the stream lagging again? God damn it. Let's maybe here. Oh, wait, mental left, right? Mental left. What the fuck is going on? I hate hearing my own voice, bro. Kill me. Okay, let's see what's going on. What the fuck is going on? Okay, I guess I'm back. Who knows? Who knows? But let's draw random shit. Random shit. None of this is good. It's lagging a bit. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my internet. So that's life. Let's see. Again, trying to think about different, I guess, angles. Like this thing is bumpy as well, right? Like there's a lot of different bumps to this thing. So I gotta I gotta think about that as well. And it's amazing because you'll see like I can't really draw fast lines. Like clearly I can't draw random bullcrap go exactly. Like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm having fun, I will say. And I haven't drawn for this long in a really long time. But this is the fun part, is like no matter how bad I am, Yeah, it looks like something, right? This is just humbling. Like this is the best part. Is like it's humbling. Like I don't know how to draw this thing, right? But I'm still trying, and there's easily dozens of mistakes that I don't even know that I'm making because I don't know how to texture, right? So, and I know like Parquet gave a bunch of advice, be like, think about this, think about that, bro. I don't know what any of that is. Like I'll get to that when I get to that, like in terms of learning it, right? But right now, I don't know what any of that is, right? And I'll probably learn a lot more of that once I get through the portrait roadmap because that will involve texturing like facial features and the beard and all that shit, right? But for the time being, this kind of monotonous repetition uh, is something that I'm aware that I'm doing purely because I have no other knowledge, right? Like it doesn't look good. I'm aware of that. I just don't know how to make it look better, right? Like I don't have the knowledge. Was it saying? Hell nah, bro. He's doing the same shit again. Yeah, see, like of course he got he's getting buttered, right? Because he has the knowledge. He knows what I should be doing. I don't know what I should be doing. And like if because the thing is like I don't even have the words to know what I should be doing because I'm not studying texture currently. He is, so he has a lot of words, he has a lot of knowledge, and he has the repetitions to let me know, like, hey, try this, try that. But I don't even have the means to know what the trying that is, right? And I can only glean maybe like the tiniest amount of information from what he said to make these subpar decisions that you can see, right? So it just comes down to knowledge. And right now I don't have the knowledge, and I'm okay with that. I don't have to know shit. I just know that it's the opposite of what you are doing. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course, I know it's the opposite of what I'm doing as well, but I don't know what the opposite of what I'm doing is. So I'm okay with that. Like I'm okay with the fact that this doesn't look like what it should look like because I'm just trying to make an attempt, right? But you definitely do know more than me when it comes to lighting and texture because you were practicing it, and I saw you practice, and it's stuff that I didn't understand. I don't know what I'm doing here either, but let's just follow through. Maybe this is texture, right? It's all Gucci. I think I always like how this looks though. Even if I don't know what it is, I do like how it looks. And then like I guess like cracks. This is we can just say if we're going by values and shit, this is just like a darker part of the creature's body, right? It's just a darker part. And again, I should fill these up properly because at least I want to work on my line quality or my filling in quality or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? You can tell my energy is dying. I was so fucking hyped up before, but now I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I don't know what I'm doing, and that's because I've been drawing for fucking 3 hours almost, and I haven't eaten all day. So I should eat after this, or I will eat after this. That's why my food's thawing right now. Cool. He has a tumor on his fucking forehead. I have to go. My phone is almost dead. Bye, bro. Have a good one. Have a good one. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Right. But yeah, this looks like whatever. I'm next practice. It's not about the fucking creature design. We're just going to like practice scale, which is what I wanted to do. But Parquet ruined my entire fucking drawing plans. We and my maybe one day my lines will actually get decent, but for the time being, they look like ass. Let's see. Got to add this. So there. I mean, I don't even think that makes sense. Hmm. Right. And actually, maybe we can fix this by having this go all the way out, and then that can just be the edge of the wing. Hmm. At least it looks like it has wings to a degree, right? No, wait. I know, like I'm at basically at the fucking tail end of my brain energy, but I also at least gotta get this looking okay. At least this has to look okay, even though the lines are obviously going to shit. Jesus Christ, the lines are really going to shit. But yeah, like I do want to make this look gestural. See, that doesn't look gestural. Holy shit, that was bad. But what do we tell ourselves? Oh, I'm cooming because I tried. Right, so much effort. Let's put some shadows here. Right, there you go. Now I'm finally doing the lighting after he leaves. This is not that I understand what the fuck this is. But as a wise man once said, we get it. We get you don't know what it is. Stop telling us you don't get it. But that's the thing you don't get. I don't get that. I don't get it. Don't you get it? But anyways, if that's where the lighting is here, then we'll add it. Let's see. Lighting's coming from there. A shadow. It's like this way. I don't fucking know, bro. Fucking just add it. It doesn't matter. I'm doing it because for the love of the game, right? For the love of the game. Okay. And there you go. Let's see. Oh yeah, let me add this dimension of the wings. So at least it's like, oh, okay, like they are wings. At least like we can see that they're consistent, right? I'll separate these two, to be honest, to make them look relatively different. But here, maybe I can just shadow this ass. But oh god, the stream quality looks like shit. It's lagging again. What is going on with today's stream? Here, maybe I can just damn. Yeah, what is going on? Oh god, stream quality. Okay. Yeah, it's just going to shit, bro. Why is the quality so bad? Up and it's back. Here, maybe I can just damn. Yeah, what is okay, yeah, and then you just hear my voice talking over me, disgusting. This is such a bad joke. So yes, remember this when I'm great, everybody. For I too can make really bad drawings, right? Remember this. Maybe it's time to go rest. I think it is time to go rest. You're right, Osan. Yeah, I think it's time. I don't have any more ideas. My brain is dead. I did something I was not comfortable with or familiar with, and yet I did it, which is still really good. So I don't know who else is here, but hope you guys enjoyed, right? Oh Jesus, yeah, I'm just gonna fuck it's 6. I started at 2:30. Damn. Damn. Yeah, okay. Well, this was fun. This was really fun. I'm gonna upload the stream and then rest my brain. And next time I'm not gonna fucking listen to Parkit. I'm gonna figure out what it is I want to do. I don't know. fuck that guy. I love man. I love him. We drew once. We have a connection. But yeah, Jesus, my brain is just tired. Yeah, okay, cool. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you drew along, whatever the fuck. I hope we had a good conversation. But with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing and please give me money. I'm actually so dead, and the stream quality is ass. Goodbye.